Hello everyone, I am Tacit, and today, one of the rare times that we are streaming exactly at reset time here. So it is currently like seconds away from the, oh yeah, that reminds me, I actually didn't do the dailies today. Hold up, I bought the thing. I didn't do the other thing though, oh no. That's kind of funny. That's 10 gems, we could live without it. But anyways, yeah, 30 seconds to go, as we can kind of see right there. We're going to be starting with the new Mythic and opening it immediately, and then we're going to be going and messing with the new faction. This is the final faction, or I should say final faction being added to the game. As far as currently existing kingdoms, it is the last faction to be added. Theoretically, there will be more factions in the future because they're still going to be adding some kingdoms here and there. So this isn't technically the absolute definitive last, however, there will never be a definitive, like, actual last. However, as far as anything that can be considered the last, this one is. There's actually a really specific reason. Okay, let's go restart. It's reset time. Okay, let me go do that. Gems of War, we're on Earth. I literally just opened it. Why is it not here? Gems of War, why are you hiding? There you are. Okay, let's go do this. Let's go do this. But yeah, it's kind of funny. I forgot to do the daily thing because I was sleeping last night, so I could be nice and rested for now. And in doing so, I actually forgot to do the dailies. That's a big deal, though. We have, like, infinite resources, seemingly. But anyways. So, it is now reset time. We have reset the game. The Peskia should be in drop table. Just one last check. Let's go check global chat 1 and to see that people are indeed getting the new troop. And we should be able to as well. So we'll start there, open up for the new Mythic. We're probably not going to mess with the new Mythic too much, maybe like a few matches. Obviously, we'll be covering a video on that after the stream. I want to cover a video on that as well as have the weekly video soon after that as well. Of course, weekly video still not up yet. Gonna be quite a bit later. If you're wondering why we're streaming so early into the, oh gosh, the servers, they can't handle it. Oh no, but too many people on right now for the final faction and the new Mythic. I'm normally not on exactly at reset like this, so yeah, it is quite laggy. Let's see. Come on, people, show the Mythic. Someone's gonna go for it. Come on. We should be seeing like a gigantic spam of just new Mythic, new Mythic, new Mythic, new Mythic. But yeah, if you're wondering why we're streaming at this time, other than the big event today of the final faction, it's also because, as I've been mentioning, I do have some work being done on the house, and it is extremely annoying and like impossible to record or stream during the day without getting a bunch of annoying background noise, even when we do like the Pokemon game tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow, they're not going to be here the weekends. They shouldn't be. So never mind, that won't actually get in the way. However, for that at least. But like during this weekdays, they've been here, they've been doing the decking, they've been doing some of the plumbing, they've been doing, they will be painting actually later today, which is one of the reasons why I didn't want to be doing this today, or I didn't want to be streaming during the day today, because they will be painting quite a bit in the house, and I'm probably just going to be leaving the house, because I think my mom's kind of staying here. Oh, there it is, someone finally got it. Okay, I just wanted to confirm. There we go, Cookie of all people. Oh, wait, no, I was going to say, am I in guild chat on accident? But no, Cookie, thank you for getting the Mythic. Now I know. Yes, yes, I see Cookie. It's right here. But yeah, there's Cookie. In chat as well as in chat. Both the chats. There we go. But yeah, now we know it is indeed in drop table, so let's go get this thing. So, we'll go over to event keys. We'll start with gem keys. But yeah, they should hopefully be done with all the housework very, very soon. Probably in the next few weeks. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Not sure exactly how close they are. But yeah, I definitely don't want to be like streaming or recording anything while they're painting. I'm probably just leaving the house because I have pretty bad asthma, so I don't even want to like be around when they're doing that. Okay, I can definitely see it's a little bit laggy, which is unfortunate. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Come on, something good. Also, one of the rare times we actually open for a Mythic on stream. We have done this before, though. Very rarely have we in the past. Also because we cover normally in the morning of Fridays. Though normally not literally the second of. And I see why, because gosh, is the game laggy at exact reset. I knew this happened in the past because we have done it like ever so occasionally in the past. Oh yeah, Imp of Love's in drop table right now. It's available for February and March, and this is the first month that's available for the year. But gosh, yeah, I do not advise doing this exactly at reset. This is some high amount of lag. I almost feel like starting to do 200 at a time is because the amount of lag that it takes for it to do 50. I might need to start hitting the 200 button. Let's see, we'll do one more 50, and if we don't get it, I'm going to start hitting 200s. Because this lag's a little high. Not like unbearable, but it's definitely more than normal, that is for sure. You just got it. Nice. Congrats. Congrats. All right, let's do 200. Good. It didn't take any longer to load. So yeah, we're just going to keep doing 200 until we get it. We might waste some gem keys here, but we have such a surplus right now, it's not going to be too big a deal. Unless we keep getting unlucky like this. Come on. Where are you? There it is. Okay, so we wasted some amount of keys, but we got it. And that's the main thing that matters. So this is the new Mythic that came out literally like 5 minutes ago. This is Peskia. It's a blue-red, brown 24 mana cost merfolk from Merlantis. This is pretty relevant, as Merlantis is a very merfolk-heavy kingdom, meaning it has better synergy within this kingdom compared to if it was somewhere else kingdom residing. It's one of the issues that Megavore has, because Megavore is in a kingdom where as a merfolk, but there's not that much merfolk synergy within the kingdom, or even synergy at all. So it doesn't have that. But Piscea actually does within its own kingdom, as well as its own typing. So it has that going for it. As far as what it does, destroys all greens and then creates a bunch of blue equal to the number of green destroyed. So if you're destroying 5 green, you're getting 5 blue. Ideally, you'll be destroying like 10 plus green and getting 10 plus blue onto the board. Also, this should be doing the spawn while the destroys are still in play, meaning that your gems that you create should have a higher chance of landing. Because if you're doing it on something like 12, even though the board normally has 64 tiles, if you do 12, it's going to have 52. And then you're putting 12 blues onto that 52 board, meaning in theory you should have a decently higher chance of actually landing extra turn. The only problem with this is the way that he does it. It will be all sporadic. However, you also know exactly where the destroys are going to be, unlike something that might do it randomly, because you will be destroying specifically all of the green. So you know and can kind of judge it based on, oh, where are the gaps within the greens and where are all the blues located. So you can kind of like guesstimate what your chance will be whenever you cast this, meaning that there is some strategy to this guy that you have to consider, as you do know where all the gaps will be and the exact number that you will be gem spawning. And then there are a really interesting ability on top of this. There are 2 independent 30% chances to devour a random enemy. So this is just 2 standard devours. The way that it was worded earlier, I'm not sure if this was changed or I just read it really weirdly, but there should be 2 independent, 1 single devours. The way that it was worded earlier was it seemed like it had 2 independent 2 devours at 30% chance, which would have been insane. So if this is 2 1 devours, it's probably going to be useless. If it is 2 2 devours, which based on this wording, I don't think it is, then it's going to be ridiculously funny. It's not going to be like super broken, but it would be a lot of fun to mess around with. Overall, based on this, I feel like it's going to be, if it is 1 devour, which I'm pretty sure it is based on this wording, it's nearly useless. I would never advise using this, and it's probably worth completely skipping, because it's going to be like C tier, D tier Mythic underneath the category of like Wolf Garrick and Ubestead and other things that can't even do it. Well, Ubestead's even better, because at least he has insta-kill, whereas all the Devour ones, you just need an Impervious or a Bless, and you can't even devour them. But I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, there are 2 independent 30% chances to devour a random enemy. So with this wording, it makes it seem like A as in 1 as in useless. Because even if he gets double devour, his ability is pretty underwhelming, though who knows, maybe he'll be somewhat loopable, because you can use him with green-blue synergy, of course, which is actually the first thing that we're going to go and do. Of course, we're not going to go over a bunch of teams here, though I do want to go over 1 team before we get over to the faction, as this stream will be primarily focused on the faction, more so than this little guy. However, I do want to go put him into a team, and I already forgot his name. His name is the Piscea. Alright, let's get rid of all of this. We don't need Bounty Hunter anymore. Rename the T to Peskia. Peskia green blue. Does it even fit? It does not, though I'm pretty sure most people know that that means blue. Blah. Oh no, doesn't blue in some language go like B-L-U accent mark over U? Or something like that? I can't think of what one it is. But isn't there one where it's basically like just an accent and actually 3 letters long? There we go. Peskia, green blue. So let's go and build probably one of the more obvious teams to use with this, which is not pure merfolk, which is spam both green and blue, because he needs both green and blue. So having a lot of green and blue onto the board will be one of the main ways to... Where on earth is Vinoxia? Am I that blind? Yeah, I don't use Vinoxia so much. So one that's going to be surprisingly meta with this, which is a troop I don't feel like is used much in the current state of the game, but Lady Arnariel. So this is a 13 mana cost blue-purple that used to be somewhat more viable in the past. However, as far as what it does, it creates a mix of blue and green, which are two extremely relevant colors in this situation, and then gives a bunch of life to all allies. The most noteworthy thing here is that it counts as a blue. So all of our excess blue will be going into Lady Arnaria, or I should say, into herself, because we actually want her to have more mana than the Peskia. You can go a first slot Peskia. Well, I don't know. Did we try first slot Peskia first? I feel like we go hero with this as well. So hero might be the actual first slot, which makes me want to go last slot Peskia. Alright, so let's go last slot Peskia. So now the only thing we really need is mana accumulation off of hero, ideally. What color are we missing? We're missing yellow, and I believe that is the only color. So go to weapon, go to yellow, and type in the word explode, and we should be good to go. So yellow weapons would explode. Oh! Okay. Interesting. I forgot about Ocean's Tome. Ooh, that's fun. Venoxia is the only thing that's not, and the green is for Venoxia. So let's go change our banner to a very heavy blue one, because I don't believe we're using the blue hero class. So we probably want like a blue-purple here almost. Blue-green would almost make sense, because we are spamming both simultaneously. However, we're also denying green. However, we're also destroying green, so we're going to have way more than enough green. So let's actually go blue-purple. Actually, blue-yellow, because, I don't know. Venoxia and the book technically don't need a +1 for the main reason that the primary mana that we're accumulating, green and blue, are going directly to them. So book and Venoxia should perpetually have full mana once they get going. The only reason we'd want a yellow is for starting off, and you know what? It's so relevant that I think we will. Because we're obviously going to be going a half mana start hero class, and due to going a half mana start hero class, a single yellow surge gets us to full mana. So even if we have a +1 yellow just for the sheer purpose of, oh, I want +1 yellow. I want the inverse of this. We could either minus brown or minus green. I guess minusing brown makes the most sense here. The Frostfire Keep banner. And we'll change our class to, actually Titan's already correct. Let me just make sure he's set up correctly. We obviously want Blue Storm Start. That is extremely important. Oh wait, you don't have Blue Storm Start. Ooh. Oh, is it only on Water Tree? Well, we could go Frost Mage then. Oh, but you don't have skull reduction on Frost Mage. We can still mess with it. But yeah, I think we go Frost Mage here. Is there any tanky hero class that has half mana start and the skull reduction thing? I don't believe there is. Because we actually need, wait, does blue not have... Is there no hero class that has Blue Storm? Am I going crazy? I could have sworn Water did. Hold up. Okay, maybe we might be going Titan. Is there one? I could have sworn Water did, and it doesn't. Interesting. Okay, never mind. We don't need Frost Mage. I know, the servers have been very slow. Though, we haven't... After we did the keys, we haven't been noticing much lag. So is there not a, like, you don't have Blue Storm. I could have sworn there was a Blue Storm somewhere on hero classes. Apparently there is not. Never mind. Must be one of the colors that does not exist. Okay, new plan. The original plan. Let's just do Titan. We do have Brown Storm here, which is something we really don't need, so I might actually switch out of Brown Storm for this battle. The only problem is the other two options it has are extremely bad when we're using Titan hero class. So, Slayer has Blue Storm? Off of what? Let's see. Oh, it's off of Death. Oh, hello, Sorcerer. Okay, my bad. I forgot. It's under Death Tree. Why is it not under Water Tree? Anyways, also, whose team did I copy that only had level 20 Necromancer a while back? This is why I try not to copy too many teams. Because a lot of people will give it with non-maxed hero classes. And it also changes all your thingies. Let's see. So obviously the thing we want here, well, obviously we need Stealthy. The most important thing that we came here for, though, is it should be underneath Shadow Tree. I mean, not Shadow. Wait. Hold up. It's underneath... Okay, I'm going crazy. Does no hero class have it? Death Tree. Oh, it's under Death. Oh, yeah, that's that one tree that's only used like 2 or 3 times. My bad, my bad. Yeah, it's only used on a few. Gosh, why can I not remember all of them? I know the Death Knight obviously has it. Slayer hero class has it. Why can I not remember a single other one that does? It's one of the ones I believe is used the least out of any of them. So there's an interesting way we could do this. The only problem is I don't believe Doomsayer has half mana start, which is a really big issue. It does not. But yeah, Def Tree. Oh, wait. Yeah, what's his name? Am I going crazy? Doesn't Sorcerer have this? Or am I thinking... Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? It's not Sorcerer. I clicked on the wrong one. I was thinking of Necromancer. Hold up. Why did I click Sorcerer? I meant to do Necromancer. Because Necromancer was the one I was thinking of, but I clicked on Sorcerer for whatever reason. Because you have Def Tree. I do remember. You have half mana start and Def Tree. So that's why we need you. Okay. I'm not sure why I clicked Sorcerer. Sorcerer is completely useless in the current state of the game. However, what I meant to click was you, because I do recall you have both Blue Storm as well. Oh, no! Wait, there's a problem. Oh, no. I forgot about that, though. Blue Storm and 50% Mana Star are underneath the same category. Why would they do that? I forgot. Yes, he has both, but you can't use both. New plan. We're not going brown. I mean, we're not going Blue Storm. So it has been decided. We cannot go Blue Storm. So unfortunately, we will not be able to play with a Storm with this team. With that being said, I am tempted just to go Titan. I think is the way to go. Wow. That was a lot of things to figure that out, but we have come to the conclusion that it is not possible. So, I am going to have to get rid of Brown Storm for some extra glory, which is something you don't normally do with your Titan. However, there is no point in having a Brown Storm in this particular team lineup. We could always go Random Storm. No. Though that would be kind of funny. It is slightly tempting, but, oh no, it would be kind of funny. I've actually never really gone the Random Storm before. You can kind of predict somewhat based off of it. And it will also increase your cascading extra turn chance. But it is just very, very, very inconsistent. Though, for the fun of it, I'm doing it. Going pure chaos. It's even called Chaos Storm. This is a storm I would not normally advise using. Though, just for the fun of it, because this Mythic is also so chaotic. Let's just do it. There's no reason not to. So, there's our team. Which is kind of the original team that I was going to do, just a lot weirder. Anyways, we obviously want 20% mana start, and we want a bunch of magic. Actually, do we need a bunch of magic? This might be an instance where Seasons is better. Because what's really using it? We're using it for Lady Arnariel's HP, and we're using it for Vinoxia's Vinoxing. I actually forget what the thing is boosted by. It boosts its nothing. It boosts its damage. Okay, never mind. That's relevant. We'll keep you around. Because if worse comes to worse, we could just kill off of true damage. Ideally, we're killing off a Devour. And having fun with that. And it's trying to get me to buy Inisha. No, we shall not. Alright, let's go do PvP in all of this lag. Come on, servers, let's go. You got this. The struggles of streaming on a Friday reset. The lag is very strong. There we go. Still playable, though very laggy. Okay, let's go see how it... Rope Dart would not be a good first example. Goblins would not be a first good example. Give me something that would be a good first example. Web Spinner one-shotting us would not be a good example, though I have confidence he shall not. So let's do this one. So let's go change over to, not Warlord class. Let's go change over to this one here, and let's go see what we can do. Wait. Ocean Tome makes Blue Storm? Gosh, how many mechanics am I forgetting today? Early in the morning. I kind of forgot. Let me see. Submerge myself, gain 4 life. I forgot how broken Ocean's Tome was. Yeah, Ice Storm. Hold up, we don't need Chaos Storm. I forgot. The Storm is already included. But I haven't used Ocean's Tome too much, even though it's like broken beyond belief. Another one that's really broken I haven't been using much is Flask. Okay, Web Spinner did do the thing. So hold up, let's not do Chaos Storm. Let's just run this exactly how I was initially going to run it. Because I guess I figured it out earlier, but I was trying to change it up. But I already knew what I was going to run initially, and it was already correct. So, yeah, me changing it up was not a good idea. Because I was going to do this with Titan, with all the normal Titan thingies. The only difference would be I would still have to get rid of Brown Storm. I guess we could keep it just for the consistency on all the other hero classes. However, on turn 1 and or 2, we will not actually be using the Brown Storm. But just for the sake of it, we'll just kind of put it on, I guess, and make it default Titan. The very strong Thunderbolt Titan, where you just zigzag side to side. The pretty standard main Titan build, I would say. There are quite a ways that you can build into Titan, depending on what you're trying to do. But I would say, generally speaking, if you're going to keep one like default always on, it's normally the little Thunderbolt zigzag going straight through is the main Titan build. But there's it's one of the most flexible hero classes as far as what you build into, though. But anyways, so apparently I already knew what I was going to do with this team ages ago, and I shouldn't try changing it. Because every time I'm trying to modify this team into something, it's like, oh, you can't do that. Yeah, Ocean Storm already has the Blue Storm. Titan's already fine as the hero class, and the team is good to go. Okay, anyways, let's go do this. So I take that over, take this over. Obviously, the main gimmick of what we're trying for here is devouring like crazy. We're going to want to get mana flowing first. Gosh, is there any team that's not going to want to instantly destroy us for like 5 seconds? One big issue with this team, and one that we'll probably be doing when we modify stuff, it has no empower, so we do have to go a little bit of a slower start, because we're trying to do it more so for the loop that we're going to be having. But gosh, this team does not want to survive against anything. We keep going up against a troop that has like an infinite skull damage the first slot. Let's hope we find one here that does not have it. Keep getting like a web spinner or 2x skull. There we go. We have a standard hero class. He shouldn't instantly kill us. The only problem here is we are currently entangled, though we did end up getting the barrier there, so we should be fine. Okay, finally, after this many attempts, we do have a run going here. So he's going to go a little crazy. Hopefully he will not get his skull spam. Can my hero survive for like 5 seconds? I would like that to happen. Nope. Let's see if we can still run it as is. Probably not, though, because hero is a pretty vital part. Can we ever get past the team instantly dying to skulls? But yeah, this Mythic is going to be really, really bad in most contexts. As you can see, we can't even get it going. Though that's more so just the teams we're up against right now. Am I just that tired right now, or is PvP just so many skull spam teams right now? Like, literally everything that looks at us kills us within seconds. Here we go. That thing can't possibly kill us under any circumstance whatsoever. Let's finally get a battle. Oh, there we go. The game just refuses to let me play right now. So we're going to do this, and it's not because of the lag. Okay, we finally have it rolling now. Unfortunately, it is missing a bit, which is double gem spawn in general. Tends to not be used too often. It's a very inconsistent method overall. However, it's one of the main ways to kind of use this guy, because he's very dependent on the board having a lot of green and a lot of blue. And the main way to do that is to green-blue spawn. So right here, we know for sure we will destroy every green, creating 11 blue. So we will do this. We got a Devour. We then do it again. We're going to get no Devours. We're then going to go and try to cycle mana by getting a bunch of blue onto the board and hopefully actually turning off of it. Never mind, it's already enough to kill off a true damage. Interesting. I'm almost feeling like going Green Storm now that I'm thinking about it. After seeing how he loops slightly, it might be more beneficial to have green. Because green's actually going to determine the amount of gem spawn we can get. So going a Empower Thrall Leprechaun into like one other thing might be our way to go. So let's go replace the class team. And replace this with a Green Storm Peskia team. Because how do you spell his name? What? Now I'm more confused. Wait. It is... Oh, it's I. It's a Piscea. Oh, we also didn't trade him. Not like it really matters much. He gets some score reduction. He submerges himself when he takes damage. And he has some attack to all blue allies when matching blue gems. All these aren't going to do too much, but I should probably go trade him and level him. This isn't too relevant and has no... It was not at all the reason why we're losing those battles. However, it would be helpful to grab these real quick. We'll give him his last level. Just save some souls, might as well. It's like 1,000 something souls. Actually, I think it's exactly 1,000. That's a lot. So we might as well do the very last one with a... Oh, it's actually 1,200. It's legends that are 1,000 exactly. 1,000 exactly. Anyways, let's go and use this guy. Oh, I already put him in? Okay. So let's go get a green center team. So for this, I'm going to go... we're going to go Thrall meta for this. If I could type. Gosh, this keyboard is so far away. I still need to figure out how I want to do my keyboard situation. Because typing on 2 different keyboards for typing is a little bit weird. Depending on the angle of how you have things. So we need Thrall, we need Leprechaun. And now we need a green storm. I almost want to use that one goblin. What if we did just do triple goblin with him? Oh, not who I wanted to get rid of. No! Instead of going Thrall, I almost kind of want to do triple goblin. The main reason for... Oh, he only starts with Greenstorm, though. He doesn't actually cast Greenstorm. Gosh, why do I forget his name? He's a 14 mana cost green purple goblin. Why can I not remember his name? I want with silence. Oh, String Fiddler. But yeah, you only do it at start of battle. You don't keep doing it, so never mind. Leprechaun would be better then. Because we'd rather just have, it's a start mana. So it comes down to what on earth is green storm that is not useless? Is there any weapon that green storms mana accumulation? The problem with this is if I just type in explode. Well, I'm pretty sure most explodey weapons don't have it. I believe the only ones that do is brown and blue. String Fiddler only starts with green, and we ideally want to have it the entire battle because there's going to be a lot of situations where we might not win within 4 turns. But there might be some situations where we can. Also, Thrall's going to go in front of the Leprechaun. I'm just thinking what we want to do for the other one. Let's see. We could type in the word Nature Storm. Wait, is it not called Nature Storm? I could have sworn it was called Nature Storm. It's not called Green Storm as much as I want it to be. Let's see. Well, String Fiddler, what do you call it? Because we can just type that in. It's called Song of Nature, really? There we go. Song of Nature. Wait. Summon a Leaf Storm and start a battle. Am I going crazy? Why is it only showing him? Oh, it's called Leaf Storm. Why is his called differently? I've never noticed that. Oh, it's one word, isn't it? It is. Okay, why is his called differently? That's weird. Oh, no, they're all called Song of Nature. No, that one's called Call of Nature. What? I never noticed that. Song of Nature, Call of Nature. You do it off your ability. You do it off your ability. Where's another one? Nature's Death. I've never noticed they have different names for their for the Green Storm. Obviously, it's called Leaf Storm. But that's what was confusing me. Because this is Nature's Death. Oh, no. But that's, never mind. That one's correct. Because that's when they die. It does storm. That's weird. But these two have a different term for it. Right? Because this is the same thing. Summon a Leaf Storm when... No, that one's when an ally is summoned. Oh, okay. Oh, no. I'm just out of it this morning. I see. Because those are when it's summoned. This one's at start. Is this really the only one that does that start then? String Fiddler? In the entire game? Wow, there's not a lot of Green Storm. Okay, let's just roll with this. It should actually be fine. No hero class. Banner and the minus onto yellow. But yeah, I'm normally not up at this time. As you can probably tell. Let's see, I'm very out of it right now. I need a double purple green, which actually exists. So it requires the pay to win banner. Or, you know, the war coin banner. Which technically isn't pay to win. You can still get it by other means. But there we go. And hero class doesn't matter, so I'll just leave it as Frost Mage. Though I shall rename it to Green Piscea. There we go. I mean Piscea. Gosh, why can I not get his name? Rename team, Piscea. Watch it still be wrong. There we go. Okay, we got the little guy. Also, the battle button's not working. There we go. Check your team? Sure, I'll go check it after this battle. It's probably a lot of teams I'm not thinking of at the moment. Also, we will be doing the faction pretty soon. After I go check that team, we should probably go start doing that faction. Because I did want to stream to be more focused a little bit on the faction, more so than this. Though we've been doing this for the first full half hour. I guess we'll let people roll in who want to see the faction. But we're a half hour in now, and still haven't touched the faction. Also, thank you everyone who did stop by. Okay, yeah, Green Storm works way better. Like, way, 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 way better. Like, way, way substantially better. I actually do kind of want a board clear here, though. Though I also kind of want to risk it, because we don't need mana on anything. Okay, there's a big issue with this Mythic, which is the most obvious issue that it was going to have, and the main reason why I thought it was going to be useless, and is the exact reason why it is extremely useless. Have you noticed how many times we have casted him? Have you noticed how not dead the enemy team is? He doesn't even have that many immunes. He has 1 immune. Maybe 2. He has 1 immune. And we have not hit a single Devour on him. Oh yeah, you have immune to that too. So speaking of immunes, you have immune to silence, don't you? But notice the lack of Devours. There we go, finally. Took him enough tries. But yeah, this is like C tier, D tier Mythic. This is painful to look at. What's even worse is what if their whole team or most of their team has immune? But yeah, this guy is way worse than I thought he was. We'll go check that team next. But I knew it was going to be bad. I was not expecting it to be this bad, though. We've casted him. His Devour rate is not lower when there's less green. We have casted him about 8 times. And I'm pretty sure he has yielded 2 Devours. I make that 3. Should probably silence you just in case. There we go. But when he gets his lucky double Devour, he feels like somewhat okay. But the amount of luck you need for even getting that double Devour, very low. Also, it is 2 single Devours, which means, yeah, this thing's kind of useless. He's like C, D tier. Yeah, we could do it on Explore. We could try it on Explore real quick. Let's go try John's team on Explorer. Where was the team? Why can I not see it? That's weird. Why does it not show up on my right chat? Oh, because I didn't click show on the main chat thing. Because YouTube thinks it's spam. Because it's literally just a bunch of random numbers and brackets. Okay, it's not showing up on my screen on my other computer. Which is how I need it to copy paste it. There it goes. Now I can copy paste it. Copy, copy, copy. Paste, paste, paste. Troops. Let's see. Let's find a team I don't need. Pure faction. Paste team. Thorn's Blade. Tulio. I haven't used Tulio in ages. Wait, why Tulio? How are you targeting blue? You normally don't use Tulio unless you have a pure color green or yellow team. This wouldn't really work out. Also, what weapon is this? Deal damage to an enemy boosted by green and elemental. I assume it has green storm. Yeah, it has leaf storm. I feel like there's a better weapon out there that has leaf storm. The problem is it's hard to search for. Because if you just type it into the game, it won't tell you. You have to know like every single like trait on every single weapon to know for sure. Unless it's one of the more meta ones. But there are several weapons that do have green storm. But yeah, I don't feel like this would work out. Normally when you build a Tulio team, you want pure green or pure blue. And Peskia doesn't use green or blue. I mean green or yellow, I mean. Because you want it to be one of her colors normally. But yeah, let's go try this in Gulvania real quick just to see. Because at least it won't have like the super ultra meta like PvP does. So we can actually survive for like 5 seconds. This is also going to be the last battle for now that I think we're going to mess around with the Mythic. As this stream is not supposed to be primarily on the Mythic. I just wanted to mess with it initially. However, the main thing this stream is going to be on is the new faction. So for now, this will probably be the last battle we do. But still give team suggestions if you like. Because we're probably going to be covering a video on the new Mythic like as soon as we finish the stream. As well as probably mess with the Mythic slightly more all the way at the end of it. Because this should be a couple hour stream or so. Because I need to get done before around 7 or 8. I'm not sure exactly what time they are going to be getting here. But they're definitely going to be here by 8. And since the primary thing that they're doing is going to be painting, I do not want to be here when they do that. I need to go find some things to do around town. Well, if nothing else, I can go for quite a long walk. Go to a little pier thing. Maybe stop by the Taco Bell. I normally don't go and walk to the Taco Bell because it is so ridiculously long away. And then again, they'd be doing breakfast by the time I get there, though. I'd have to save that for later. Oh no, I need to find places to go walk to. That or literally just walk around with a Switch in my hands. Because most days I've been staying at the house because while they were making a lot of noise and that was very annoying, like they weren't like doing anything that would be bad for my health. But when they're painting with how bad my asthma is and everything, I do not want to be anywhere nearby when they're doing that today. So I got to be done with the video and absolutely everything we're posting today by like 7 or so. I do still want to cover the weekly video though, which I still have not got around to due to circumstances. But hopefully next week should be a little bit more normal with everything. Oh, sorry, what were you mentioning? Please give us the hello. Oh, yeah, I never said hello to everyone because I was kind of busy with the thing. But yeah, let's go say hello to everyone, and then let's go to the storyline. So, of course, oh, Merlantis got a star as well. Actually, isn't this for a stat? I think this is for armor or attack. No, it isn't for neither. It is for tribute chance. Boo. No, tribute chance still good. But yeah, there we go. Merlantis is now a 19-star kingdom. This gives a 0.25 higher tribute chance, which is good. Though it's not better than an extra stat. But if nothing else, it's more loot every time we take our tribute every hour. So there's that going for it, if nothing else. Anyways, let me go claim all these daily things because we went straight into the Mythic and didn't even touch them. And then let's go and say hello to everyone. And then we'll start getting into the faction. So where's the new faction? Oh yeah, it should be dead center, duh. There it is. We knew this was coming. So it was pretty obvious before we say all the hellos. But it was very obvious that this would be the very last faction ever added to the game. The main reason for this... Oh, also, isn't that the old icon for something? That's kind of funny. But, it was very obvious that this was going to be the final faction in the game. For one, if you look at the layout of the underworld, it is literally screaming, like when you first enter the underworld, like if we do it from dead center. It is very obvious that this would be the last faction ever added to the game, just based on the layout of the underworld. It's like, oh, there's the Broken Spire one right under lava. And I predicted this like really early on, and it ends up being the case. That the very last faction to ever be added to the game was going to be for Broken Spire. The main reason for this is the little bit of lore this game does have is the original quest and the main way that you would unlock the underworld. Though I think you need a couple kingdoms now. It used to be just Sinner Mirage. But lore-wise, the Sinner Mirage questline is basically the thing that ends up making... Okay, we can leave global chat now. It is literally just people congratulating people for the Mythic. Let me go do that because it is spamming like crazy right now. How do you disconnect? It keeps coming up on screen. There we go. But anyways, so as far as what ends up bringing in the underworld, the Sinner Mirage questline was basically the cause of that, and Luther specifically from Broken Spire was like the main thing that put it all into motion, and he's kind of the reason why the underworld even got the rift to the underworld even exists, was because of Luther from Broken Spire, which means when we click on this questline, I'd be very surprised if it doesn't show us Luther, because this whole questline is basically based entirely around him, or should be, I would assume, and would kind of conclude the lore storyline of what on earth the underworld is. And yeah, it will be finally the closure to that today, once we go and read through that. But before we do, let's say hello to everyone. Anyways, hello! Where did the list start? Gosh, I gotta go all the way up. Let's see. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Roman. Hello, Medieval. Hello, Ribiroo. Hello, Peter. Hello, GJ Ram. Hello, Neotur. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Gadget. Also, congrats everyone who's been getting the Mythic, as well as Cookie. Hello, Mister. Hello, Smurf. But yeah, let me know how many keys you got. I think I have it pinned right now, too. I'm curious how many you took for anyone who's already gotten it, or tried to get it. Hello, Ian, or how many you've used to get it, or try to get it and didn't get it. Hello, Nightmare. Hello, King. Hello, Crisp. Hello, hello, Daddy Shark. Hello, Inflame Hydra. Hello, I know there's more. Hello, B-Dub. Hello. Gosh, there's so many names. I'm just starting to lose track of who I said. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Hello, John. Hello. I don't think I've repeated a single one yet, though I might have skipped someone. I don't think I did yet. Hello, Spambot. Hello, Bill. Still getting those spam bots. I think we only got one so far. Also, thank you, whoever's been muting them. Hello, Bear Razor. Though they tend to only do one comment, so muting them doesn't seem to help much. Let's see. And there's the team that John did. Hello. Though I do advise modifying that team slightly. Let's see. The problem is there's not that many good green storms in the game. Hello, J. Polly. Hello, is John again? I think that might be a different... No, that's the same John. I know sometimes people have those names. Hello, Benjamin. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Little Wombat. And hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, hello, JF, if I didn't say it. There we go. I think that's everyone. Also, hello, Anthony. There we go. Anyways, let's go do this. So, why won't it let me scroll? I want to scroll. I want to zoom in. It won't let me scroll. Let me go restart the game real quick. It won't let me scroll. I want to zoom into the factions. Let me scroll. Though I can easily get the asset from the website. It's not sure what I'm doing for the thumbnail yet. Probably the same thing we normally do, but I kind of might want to do something special, so we'll see. Because it's the very last faction that's coming in. There we go. Now we can scroll. I'm not sure why it wasn't letting me earlier. But anyways, let's go and get a nice screenshot here. As well as several others potentially. We already have that background. That one will be easy. There we go. The final faction. The true 100% on factions. Now that's the one time when 100% actually is a thing. There we go. The true 100%. The one that isn't a lie, technically. Also, we're going to be slightly short of a magic, aren't we? That's sad. We're going to be 500 short. We still need one more faction added to the game, which will eventually happen. This isn't the last faction, but it's technically the last faction. Like, we're going to be getting more when every new kingdom comes out, but it's technically, for all intents and purposes, the last faction. So I'm curious what they do lore-wise with this. I hope they don't completely botch it. Because it should be kind of interesting to see if they will actually connect it to everything that happened earlier, or if they're just going to do it like a normal faction, which is fine. But if there was ever one to not do normally, this would probably be the one to not do normally. Though they might have done it normally. We'll see. As we were traveling near the central mountains, we saw some dancing lights among the rocks. And there's Lithar! He better mention that he started this. That'd be kind of weird if it didn't. I wouldn't be too surprised, though, because they might do it kind of like how they do every other faction, and kind of have like its own little isolated thing, which might be the case. How strange. Did you see those lights? I did. They looked almost to be shaped like humans. I agree. I wonder if that, if they left any tracks. Let's find out. Based on how it's currently going, I assume they're not going to. But one can still hope. Anyways, I want to change my team to auto win. So, Rowan, Phoenicia? Rowan? I think Rowan has enough. I'm already on Phoenicia, so let's just run Phoenicia. Hey, the cake is a lie. You better not be 1 mana short. It's the only problem with using Phoenicia team. It hurts every single time you see 1 mana short, compared to just using Rowan team. It has a higher damage range. I don't think we need a higher damage range for what we're doing right now. However, if Black Mana gets full mana, I believe that might actually be enough on its own, because they're so weak here. A trail of ashes led us into the mountains. It wound through a secret path. Look up ahead. The path opens out into a large valley. So I see. I've often wondered what lay within these mountains. Me too. Let's take a look then. Lead on. The path opened up into a large valley. It was filled with fire and lava. This looks like another one of those rifts. Where the underworld touches another plane of existence. Ah, they did it. They did do a mention of it. They did the thing. Because the way that you get to the underworld is a rift that goes to the underworld. This was mentioned in the Cinemirage questline. So it took them a little bit of dialogue, but they got there. They did indeed get there. But yeah, the rift is referring to the rift that got into the underworld, or was the original reference to the rift. It was the one that Luther ended up opening on accident in the Cinemirage questline, and it is why the underworld exists. And there's another rift here. You know what that means. Though I believe it was already spoiled on their stream, though I didn't catch the stream yet. Because I think they did a stream randomly in the middle of nowhere. I think they're doing another one like 2 months. They're very sporadic with it these days. But anyways, we're going to be getting another area. As in, we have Kristara, which is the main area. We have the Underworld, which is obviously another area. And guess what? There's another rift to another plane of existence. I wonder where that goes. This other plane of existence currently does not exist, though. There's no patch currently within the game to get to this other plane of existence. So I'm not sure exactly what's going to be mentioning in this storyline. However, this other plane of existence might be the third area. But yeah, we'll find out in the near future. Yeah, it could be an overworld. We don't know what it's going to be called yet. One's called Kristara. The Cinder Mirage questline with Luther that opened the Underworld is called the Underworld, obviously. And where this rift goes, who knows? And it currently doesn't exist within the game, so I'm not sure where this dialogue is exactly going. Because obviously when Cinder Mirage came in, the dialogue went straight to the Underworld because there was a patch for that. However, there's currently no patch in the game for another location, so I'm not sure what they're doing with this. Maybe they were waiting for it and didn't get around to it. I'm not sure. Because we're not going to get that update yet. I'm not sure when it's coming. It's probably coming early this year because they kind of need it for more events and stuff. However, it doesn't currently exist. But anyways, I know, you always skip the storyline. I actually read through it. There is lore in this game. Actually, there's a lot of text in this game. If you break down, like, you might see this, like, oh, this is, like, some, like, very basic stuff. Like, it's, like, one sentence with, like, a 2-letter reply. But if you break down the total amount of lore and, like, text within this game, like, even, not, like, all the troop text, but literally just the dialogue lines, while one sentence at a time might not seem like a lot, there is, like, over 100,000 words in this game if you break it down in its totality. So you might, like, initially play and be like, oh, this is useless. Let's just skip past all this text that's in all these storylines. But it's like a book. Like, it is a solid book if you accumulate it all together. In, like, every single small instance, it seems like not that much, but in accumulation, it is a lot. Though I don't remember most of it because I played most of it, like, ages ago when it first came out, like, half the kingdoms. But that one I do remember because that was 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, when Cinder Mirage came out with that storyline and all that. Anyways, he was talking about Rift. Let's keep going. Where the Underworld touches another plane of existence that will hopefully be added in a patch soon. Ah, yes. This one is filled with fire. Oh, it's just talking about the kingdom itself. But we will be getting probably another rift to another location. Unless they're going to be introducing it in a different way. But who knows? Maybe Luther will be the one who opens that as well. He opened the Underworld. Let's see. But no, it's talking about a different rift. But the rift was still the one related to the other place. There's just not really a way to add that content yet. So they will be in the near future. Because obviously, unlike Cinder Mirage, they can't connect this one directly to a new area yet. Though I'm pretty sure Luther will be involved. Because he was exceedingly involved in the first time it happened. Is there... I believe there is a website. I'm not sure if it's still on it. Doesn't Gems of War database have all the dialogue on it archived for the game? I can't remember if it still does. Because last time I tried looking, I couldn't find it. Also, why did the animation move so slow? But it moved at like 1x speed or something. But I know Gems of War database used to have all the text for all those storylines on it. I'm not sure if it still does. Okay, it does. Okay, that's what I thought. I couldn't find it last time I was checking. But yeah, gemsofwardatabase.com, which is GOWDB.com, just the abbreviations for it. I don't use it as much these days. However, it's a great resource, and it was like the original best resource for Gems of War. But GOWDB.com has all the dialogue in the entire game on it, if you ever want to read through the whole thing. Where exactly it is on it, I do not remember. But it is somewhere on that website, and all the other billions of data that they have related to the game. It's the original best website for the game. While I do feel like I use Terran's World a lot more in the current state of the game, because it's a lot more spoiler heavy, whereas Gems of War database is more so for archiving all the data within the game, obviously. Like all the troops, all the weapons, all the, everything, the lore. Or not, it doesn't like go over the lore, because that would actually be a fun thing to do at some point. Though that is like so complicated, because I would actually have to study the lore of this game and everything. And also not all the lore for this game even exists in the game, whereas the developers, obviously, they can't like put all of it into the game at once. So there's a lot of lore that's like missing. But, I don't know, it would be a fun video to do, though you'd have to study so much to cover like a 10-minute video on it, 10-15 minute, because this game does have some amount of lore. It's not like ultra in-depth, but it does exist, like as far as relationships within its factions and well, quite literally factions, but like groups within it, like the relationships between them as well as individuals. There's like a whole thing going on with Tyree Murad or whatever his name is from Drifting Sands, as well as their father, Skullbeard, Blackbeard, whatever that one guy is called, that one yellow-brown from Blackhawk. Like they have some kind of trifecta going there, and anyways, a bunch of other stuff. But anyways, and of course everything with Luther, which is probably one of the main characters lore-wise with the game. Well, the creatures here certainly don't disappoint. How so? Giant scorpions made of fire. I wonder what? This place reminds me of Broken Spire. Yes, it is associated to it. It does. I wonder if there's a creature here like Shegra. There is. There actually is a fire dragon here, by the way. Spoilers. Though we kind of already went over all the troops the other day, multiple times. But as well as in the thumbnail of this video. But there is indeed a fire dragon here. It's not like Shegra, though. I don't believe it has a skull spam. But it is, like, made of fire like Shegra. With a different design. It's a lot more dragon-looking, though. Shegra doesn't look that dragon-like. High above us there seem to be some platforms. I see them. They're almost like floating rocks. Yes, indeed. Perhaps we can find a way up on them. Perhaps. If a creature like Shegra lives here, imagine what its heart might do. Oh, yeah, the whole Shegra's heart thing. I'm not sure what the lore is behind Shegra's heart. But it is a thing. Do they rip it out during the storyline in Broken Spire? I can't remember because that was so many, like, ages ago. The storyline for Broken Spire. But it's actually a weapon as well. Shegra's heart. It's a okay weapon. It's actually not completely useless. It's just a really extremely off-meta weapon, and you're normally better off using Flamerifer. Like, Flamerifer is normally just better Shegra's heart. The one interesting thing about Shegra's heart, I believe it does have cleanse. It also is a little bit more supportive, whereas the other one's more damage-oriented, the Flamerifer. And normally, obviously, it's better to go to higher damage to win quicker. Whereas Shegra's heart's better at not dying while still doing a red. It seems so long ago. You helped me get Shegra's heart. Yeah, they did do something with that. I can't remember. The last time I've read Broken Spire's storyline was like 6 years ago. I'm pretty sure it was like 6 or 7 years ago. But yeah, there's something relevant about Shegra's heart there. I know it's a thing. I just can't remember what exactly happened because I've read it so long ago. It seems so long ago you helped get Shegra's heart. It's been many years, quite literally. It cursed Queen Jezebel, though. It was very powerful. It certainly was. If there's a creature here like Shegra, and we could take its heart, yes, it might be even more powerful. Imagine what we could do with it. Indeed, you can open another rift to another location and start another underworld. Let's see, the beast up ahead. It's magnificent. It is. A dragon made entirely of molten rock. Perhaps it was Shegra's sire. Perhaps. Now we must slay the dragon. Are you ready to fight? It won't be an easy foe. Oh, you're not going to do Dragon Slay reference in any way? I'm ready. Then perhaps yourself. We'll take its heart. Onward. Defeat the magma dragon. Yeah, there he is. I have no heart, only flame. We'll still try. He'll find a way. Yeah, I know. It's literally years ago for most of us. Undertale actually made a really, really funny, like, fourth wall joke near its beginning when we ended up doing that stream a little while back. Because it mentioned, like, a day passed in the game. Like, from Chapter 1 to Chapter 2. Like, literally, timeline-wise, only one singular day, technically less than 24 hours, passed within the game. But on the next day, one of the characters says, it's been years, or felt like it's been years, and it actually was, because the previous game was made, like, what, 3-4 years ago? So it was a very, very funny fourth wall break. But yeah, technically Gems of War just did it too. Though I don't feel like that one was as impactful. The way that Undertale set it up, or I should say Deltarune, I mean, was really, really well. Because it actually, like, had really high impact. Because, obviously, it was, like, literally years. And in this case, it was, for most people, literally years. Unless you're a newer player. Ah, it had no heart. Only molten rock. Such a shame. I wonder. I would almost feel bad, except... What? Do you see that? The beast is reforming. Oh, my. We'd best get out of here. I think it will likely be quite angry. Follow me. Okay, there we go. And it's giving me a thing for Peskia, which we already got. Well, there's the Fire Rift. Let's take tribute. Nice solid 23. Okay, let's go make sure we save one of those. Actually has a bunch of molten rock going in as well. A bunch of lava around all the categories. It does have a straight path, which is great to see. Hopefully that could be a treasure room tier 5. If I had to guess where the treasure rooms are, it is there and there. Did I guess correctly? That is not a treasure room. That is a treasure room. Interesting. It might not be a guaranteed one, though. Okay, there's 2 treasure rooms on bottom, though it might not be guaranteed. Interesting. So we have 2 treasure rooms here, though it seems like none of them are guaranteed. Unless only this one is. Because I'm pretty sure this one just happened to roll into it. So currently on the first layout, we only have 2 treasure rooms, but I believe they are both luck-based. At least the path for grinding will be a lot quicker this week, because you only have to do 3 rooms. The first room, a tier 5, and then the final room. This is a little unfortunate because you're going to have to take a tier 5, and some of the buffs that they can get on a tier 5 might make pure faction a little annoying. However, it is a straight path, meaning that skip method is very viable for this place, which means you just just go straight to the final room and just keep doing that. If you do skip method the entire time, it costs closer to a little over 3,000 gems or so. If you're only going to do it partially, which is how we normally break it down, and then finish on Saturday night, but do most of it now, it would cost us about 2,510 gems or so. So that's probably how far we're going to go and buy up to right now. So let's go do that for the event, go upgrade the Horde, and then we can actually start getting into this faction and go from there. How many tiers do you normally buy? I normally buy tier 7 5 times. This is a little overbuying depending on how you want to go about it, but it's personally what I like to do. It costs 2,510 gems. So you buy tier 1, tier 2. Getting up to tier 6 costs you, I believe, no, it costs you... What's 1,110 minus... Wait, is it that much? Hold up. 700, 800... Oh, no, it is 1,110. So it costs you 1,110 to get to tier 6, as in also buying tier 6. So what we just did there is 1,110. And I normally like buying this 5 times. Wait. Am I going crazy? That is 1,110. 5 times would be 2,110 then. Do I normally buy it 7 times? I can't even remember now. But we're going to buy it 5 for now. That feels like enough. It definitely feels like enough. Because that's 2,110 now, which is throwing me off because that's not normally how much we spend. That's actually the lower end, which means we'd have to go a lot more non-skip. I go for 6 then. Nice, like, in between. Yeah, I normally go 7. That's what I was thinking. 5 is what you do if you're going on a budget, if you're trying to do it with, like, bare minimum. 7 is what you would normally want to do. My bad. Yeah, it's early in the morning. I'm still out of it for a lot of things. But yeah, it's normally 7. 5, why I'm thinking 5 in my head is 5 is the lowest you would want to do to get it done. If you're just looking to get it, if you're looking to do all rooms. If you're looking to grind out and spend a little bit longer, but you're looking to still get it done on a given weekend, you want to buy to tier 5 normally. You can get away with tier 4, but you normally want to buy to tier 5. If you're looking to do a combination of skip and doing them, where you do like up to about 200 and then start skipping them, you'd want to buy what we just did to tier 7, or 7 tier 7s, and this would cost you 2,510. And if you're looking to skip the entire time, it is determined by Valraven luck, but it will either require you 9 or 10 tier 7s, which cost you 2,910 gems or 3,110. This depends on if you want to get it done on Friday itself, and slightly on Valraven luck. But if you want to get it done immediately on Friday, I believe it's like 3,110. If you want to wait like a day for the extra little free ones that you get on Saturday and Sunday, it costs a bit lower than that. But if you want to like immediately get it done, like right now to max, yeah, it's 3,110. 2,510 is the nice in between, and the 2,110 is the pretty much the lowest you can do. I think you can technically get away with 1,910, as long as you wait until Sunday to get the free battles that you get on both Saturday and Sunday. But we do the nice in between, so we can normally get it done Saturday night. Anyways, with that being said, let's go upgrade the Horde. So as well as get all the troops. Also, some spoilers for the future. We will be getting more faction troops at some point in the future. When exactly, I have no clue, but probably sometime this year we will be getting more faction troops. Hey, Sacred Treasure, nice, great to see. But we will be getting more faction troops finally added into the game. Nice, another Sacred Treasure, we're getting really lucky. But if anyone else has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. And then we'll be getting into the faction. Oh, good, finally got a copy of the Legend. Because right here, we mostly just click this. We're going to be doing a lot of clicking over the next like 5 to 10 minutes. So now would be a great time for any questions, because then we're going to start doing the faction and getting into that. But right now, we're mostly just getting the treasure and getting the troops, or we're mostly just getting the troops right now. And after we get all the troops, we'll go and upgrade the faction to like level 155 or so. Another Sacred Treasure. And then after that, we'll go actually start doing it. But first, we need the copies, and we need to upgrade the Horde. Also, I have not been keeping track of how many I've been doing. Let's just do this like several more times and hope we have enough. You can do it with 3 tier 7s. Yeah, you can do it with a pretty low amount. That would actually be 1,710. Interesting. But you can do it pretty cheaply if you wait all the way until Sunday and get every Valraven. It can be done for under 2,000. However, it requires you to do literally every single battle with no skip. However, that would save you almost 1,000 gems compared to doing more skippier methods. Though it would also require you not only to wait till Sunday to complete it, because you have to get the free Sunday battles, but it would also require you to not miss a single Valraven, as well as obviously not losing a single faction, but also you'd have to do every single last room without skipping a single one ever, even once you reach 500. Yeah, I know. I normally go a mix of both. I could never stand doing, like, literally every single one. Because they go really slow once you hit 500. Like, up to about, like, 200, 300, I don't mind it as much. But when you start getting to the super high one, especially if you don't have, like, an Iron Gut Zugov option for the faction, it could be, like, glazily slow. Especially once you hit 500. Some people like doing it that way. However, I personally do not. It just gets really grindy. Alright, let's go upgrade to Treasure Hoard now. Hopefully we'll eventually get a way to upgrade these treasures. That was one thing that was seemingly missing from the most recent major patch, the 6.11 that did the Soulforge update. Unfortunately, we currently do not have any way to upgrade treasure. Hopefully this will come into the future. But for now, we'll kind of throw some rings, then go Chalice, Crown, and, you know, work your way up. Can you get more than one Valraven per run? No. Valraven is determined based on how many battles you do when it comes to faction. Even though it's more sigil-based in quite a few other locations, every single individual battle you do does contribute to the progress on Valraven. So even though you're only consuming one sigil every single time you're getting a floor for a faction, as far as Valraven chance is concerned, you want to do every single room because it moves you closer to getting a Valraven. It's the reason why you see a lot less Valravens, or at least a lot less Valravens relative to how many floors you're moving. When you're doing the skip method. The main reason for this is it's based on how many rooms you complete for when you get the Valraven rather than how many sigils you burn through, which is unique only for factions because every other game mode when you do a battle it consumes one sigil. However, this game mode's a little bit different where you still get Valraven progress every single time you do a battle. However, you only consume a sigil every single time you move a floor. Or not a floor, but, you know, every single time it goes through a level of the delve. So, to maximize how many Valravens you get, if you're looking to spend less on doing pure faction, you want to do every single possible room, as this would progress you furthest to getting more Valravens. However, a lot of people do like doing the skip method. This gives you a lot less Valravens, which is why you need to buy more tiers to begin with. It's not just to do pure factions because you actually need the sigils, because you're getting less overall Valravens relative to how many sigils you're getting. But no, you can never get more than one Valraven for battle. There's not a single game mode where you can ever get more than one Valraven in a battle. There's also like an interval system that will automatically give you a Valraven. There is some luck to it. However, after a certain amount of pity, it'll always give you a Valraven drop for every single game mode. And it's based on how many battles you do. But it's a little bit weirder for factions because every single battle does not consume a sigil necessarily. Whereas for every other game mode it does. Let's see. Actually, I probably shouldn't do that yet. I should keep going Chalice for a little bit longer. Unless I want to use a lot of Sacred Treasure. Why don't you use your elephants? Then it costs less grind. The main reason I'm not using the elephants yet is I want to do it for the higher end. We're doing it the lower treasure for the lower end because the cost is lower. As you keep upgrading the Horde, the amount of costs keeps increasing. Like right now it's 86,000. Now when I click it again, it's going to be like 90-something thousand. And you want to do the smaller treasure while it's earlier. So like right here, it's 89,000. And if I was to do this again, it's going to start getting to 90,000. So we want to kind of move up. But you want to kind of do it from lowest to biggest as far as using your things. So like now it's 91,000. Actually, I'm going to do one more Chalice. And then we'll start doing the other ones. But you want to work from the smaller ones and work your way up so that the cost isn't as bad. Because you don't want to use these smaller ones once you hit the later end. Like once we hit it to like over 100,000 per thing, we don't want to start running like gold rings or chalices by that point. We want to already be doing the bigger treasure. But yeah, we should be within range. Oh, I didn't even double check either. Do we have enough resources to actually match them? I should probably do that before we finish upgrading this horde. I just kind of assumed we did based on how many we opened, though I didn't actually check to see if we did. We do not. No, okay. Actually, I need to open more. Whoops. 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 Actually, given that we know more are coming, should I just use a blue orb? That's something I haven't done in a while. Because if I have enough copies for everything except that, it would almost be worth blue orbing, except that's not the case. Let's go open more. Because we might be needing chaos shards in the future when more kingdoms end up getting drops. Oh no, we might as well open the shards for it. It's not too big a deal. We can always just start doing the daily of factions again if it really becomes relevant. Because you can get that daily done in like 20-30 minutes. The only problem is that it takes 20-30 minutes every single day. Just for basically some chaos shards. I personally don't do that daily. I'm pretty sure there's some people who've been doing it pretty consistently. Who have like 1,000,000 chaos shards. I personally have not been. What am I looking for? I am looking for upgrade. Good, we have enough now. Alright, let's go upgrade all of them. Let's go max you. Grab all the level ups here. Fully trait you. Oh yeah, aren't we getting an extra stat? We should be getting, I believe, either HP or armor. I can't remember which one Broken Spire is. But we should be getting an extra stat from the kingdom. I am pretty sure. Because obviously we're increasing by 4 stars by getting this faction. Which should make it within striking distance of getting it. Oh, why'd I do that? I keep forgetting. You just click the button. You used to have to click the other thing as well. But you don't anymore. It's one click and done. Too bad there's not like one master click that could just do this. Kind of like a power orb, but using the other resources. So you don't have to go into 3 different tabs. Because you have to ascend, then fully trait, then go to a level tab. Going into 3 different menus. It'd be cool if there was like one button for it that wasn't use power orb. Because power orb's like so bad. Everything except meddling. Because obviously you normally can't meddle. If it's a lower rarity, it's not as big a deal, but with higher rarities, you definitely don't want to be auto-meddling. I highly doubt they're ever going to add that feature. That's not too big a deal. We don't get too many new troops, or, you know, we do, but, you know, not at a rate where that's going to be annoying. Because it only takes, like, what, 15-20 seconds to do it that way compared to one click. That's not too bad. Anyways, there we go. It's just annoying when you have to do a lot of troops at once. So now that we have them all upgraded, let's keep doing the horde. Back where we were. You finally got the new Mythic? Nice, congrats. Yeah, it's a pretty bad Mythic. It is one I would say is worth skipping unless you're just going for completionist sake or just to have a new Mythic for the sake of having a new Mythic rather than accidentally getting a repeat one. But it seems like C or D tier Mythic. I'm not a fan. I was already not a fan of it, but after using it, I'm even more of not a fan of it. Faction Legendary overwrites my Umberwolf Storm, even on my turn. What order do you have them in? The way that storms work is it goes from top to bottom. And that means your dragon is below your Umberwolf. If you want the other storm, your Umberwolf would have to be below your dragon. Does it do it at start of turn? I didn't even see exactly when it does it. But if it is the start of turn, if you're trying to do Purple Storm start instead of the other thing, I'm not sure why you'd be using both on the same team. But if you were, it goes based on top to bottom order. So if you want to guarantee, if you're using 2 storms at start of battle, or start of turn, or start of anything, while your enemy can also overwrite you. Oh, the enemy dragon. Oh, my bad. That makes sense. Yeah, the enemy dragon will overwrite your storm always. Or the enemy's storm. If the enemy has a storm at start of turn or start of battle, it will overwrite your storm every single time. Because, let's say, for example, start of battle. The way that it goes is from top left to bottom right. So your 4 will trigger before the enemy 4. So if you have a red storm at start of battle that only triggers at start of battle, and they have a purple storm at start of battle that only triggers at start of battle, they will always get their purple storm because your 4 troops would have gone prior to their 4 troops. So you got to be careful with that. That's why storm start is kind of sketchy sometimes. Because that's all they have to do to counter you. You just have a storm. And then just counter storm start. Normally you get storm start passively in a lot of teams. However, you shouldn't overcommit to it because there are a lot of teams that will counter you out just by existing. All right, 152. Don't we need 155? Or 156? I might go 156 here just so we could throw one single sacred treasure at it. Because the alternative is what, 2 genie lamps? Even 2 genie lamps still overkills it as well. That's kind of funny. Yeah, either or. I think I kind of want to go 2 treasure maps. I mean, 2 genie lamps here. But 1 sacred treasure, I don't know. It does the same thing. Saves us some gold right now. It's only 31,000 gold though. It's not that big a deal. Either way, we're overshooting it, so. I guess we'll just go sacred treasure here, I think. Unless we want to do it that way. We could do 1 genie lamp with 1 crown. Which wastes a little bit of gold, but it's such a small amount, not too big a deal. Like it's 31,000 or so compared to doing it the other way. I'm actually going to do it like this. Because we don't really need 56, it's just 1 HP. The main reason we want to do this is, look, it jumps up by 2 here. From 19 to 21. So we kind of want to make sure we do that. That's why we're going for 155 if you're wondering why the weird number. So let's just do it that way then. A little bit of bad calculating there. You can calculate it out to like the exact math if you really want to before you get to Sacred Treasure. I normally don't because it's a lot of math and you're only saving like tens of thousands of gold. You'd rather be grinding during the time that you're doing that math. Like you can kind of guesstimate where you need to be. You're not going to waste that much gold. Like there, I think we wasted like 31,000 compared to doing optimal order, which isn't that big a deal. Like it's a handful of gold, but it's not like a deal-breaking amount of gold. If it was like 100,000 or something, then you might want to do the math for it. But for just like 31,000 like that, that's not that bad at all. Anyways, so we're good to go to start doing the faction then. We have it all the way maxed. We got all the stats we need for it. We have all of our potions bought. Oh yeah, we got the new weapon too. I didn't even look at the new weapon. Was there anything good? Wait, there's no way to search by new. I can search by upgradable. So Charged Blade. Deal damage to an enemy. Convert all blue gems to burning gems. Interesting. Give all red allies 2 mana. Deal 5 damage to the first enemy. Gosh, I need water. Give all red allies 2 mana. Deal 5 damage to the first enemy. 2 attack. 4 armor. Okay. Nothing too special. We're probably never touching this thing, but we'll grab it. Why not? Charred Blade. Oh, there we go. There's a new weapon. Any other legendary weapons I've forgotten to upgrade? Yeah, Sacred Blade, and that's it. This is just an undead explodey weapon. No storm, nothing relevant. Still upgrade it, though. Alright, there we go. Everything relevant has been upgraded. Poor Doom weapons. You're never going to get upgraded. It's just so impossibly high amount of resources and grind. Anyways, also what's a flash offer right now? Oh, that one's super not worth it. Lunar New Year, another one. Yeah, I would not bother going for that. Not that worth it. Anyways, oh, we get diamonds this month? I don't even normally pay attention to the calendar. We always get an orb every 20th day. Sometimes it has gems on it too. We only have 1 little gem drop there. Oh, technically 2. We got it on the first day, I guess. Anyways, let's go do this already. So, let's go to the faction. That's not where the faction resides. Oh yeah, did my guild ever finish this? The answer is no. No, I'm also contributing to the issue because I did not do my battles last night. And I'm in second to last in my own guild. Only rogue is lower. Whoops, we should probably do that later. Though that'll be tonight's stream issue. That'll be for tonight's stream. This stream is focused on the faction. So let's go do this faction already. Also, let's go hand out a code. We'll have 2 codes to stream. Now that we're all prepped and ready to go for this faction, let's go hand out the first code, and we'll have another one a little bit later to stream. Might even hand out a third. We'll see. But we're actually, maybe we'll only do 2 because we're going to hand out a third tonight on the nightly stream. So we'll probably do 2 to stream. 1 right now and 1 a little bit later. I don't know. We'll see if we'll do a third. But then that'd be 4 codes in 1 day. We'll see. It is a special day, though. The final faction of the game. We'll see. We're definitely going to hand out at least 1 more after this one. 1 moment. I'm just trying to find where the code section is. And I am too tired to read the words of where they even are. There it is. And I can't even take a nap either. Because I don't want to be around in the house when they're painting. Unless I can find a bench somewhere to go nap outside. Which I'm pretty sure there's like no area to do it. There's a little like public gazebo thing near me, but there isn't upkept that well. And I definitely wouldn't want to lay there. Oh yeah, what's the Pure Faction team? Oh yeah, I kind of deleted that team when I was messing with it earlier. But Pure Faction's like literally just tank plus 3 dragon last I recall. We were going over it the other day. But What's it called? Fire Rift, I'm pretty sure. There it is. But yeah, Fire Rift Pure Faction is, I didn't even go over these troops, but this one converts all reds to, of a chosen color to burning, so it's basically like Hellcat, but burning gems and no damage. And a backfire burn, so it's pretty bad. Although you might want it for mana accumulation. Lava Scorpion's the tank. He has, oh no, he doesn't have score reduction. Never mind. Who was the tank here? Wait, is it just 4 of the legends? I think it's just 4 of the legends. Oh, never mind. You just spam 4 of the legends. There's no proper tank. He gains durability. Deal some damage to an enemy, gain some armor boosted by burning enemies. Yeah, the method for this kingdom is literally just spam the legend 4 times, hopes 3 survive, and win. It's one of the just spam 4 of the legends factions. But yeah, he deals damage to all enemies boosted by red and brown gems. So you basically just AoE spam until you whittle them down. You conjure a lava storm when my turn begins, which I believe is red-brown. I highly doubt it's fire gem. We'll find out. But I'm pretty sure it's a red-brown storm. But yeah, all you would have to do is just spam 4 legends. Because there's no designated tank. This thing's kind of supposed to be a tank, but it has no score reduction. So you might as well just run the legends, because the legends ability is going to be way better. And just go a double red-brown banner or double brown-red banner. Either or, they both work out. Probably red-brown, because the enemy team will have a creation of reds off of burning gems. So you'd probably want to go +2 red, +1 brown, -1 purple, I believe is the banner for it. But yeah, it would just be 4 legends with +2 red, +1 brown, -1 purple. Which I believe is Piscea banner, or whatever the other one's called. I know the banner exists, I should forget what the name of it. But the +2 red, +1 brown, -1 purple with 4 legends. It's a pretty straightforward faction. Though it might require slightly more stats than normal. Because you're just running an AoE option, and that's it. This would also be a kind of meh one to run without potions. It's be kind of hard. It's not one of the harder ones, but it's like mid-tier. Slightly harder than mid-tier. It's around there. It's definitely not one of the easier ones, because you don't have a proper tank, and your main strategy is to spam the legend until you win. And it's not one of the better legends. It's not like a Beatrix or a Truffle or something like that. He's going to be substantially harder than those 2 kingdoms, but would still be the same general strategy where you run 4 of the legends. But anyways, I was drinking water. I'll drink some more in a moment, though. Anyways, let's go claim our stars from Broken Spire. And then let me go hand out this code. I just put it into... Oh, wait, never mind. I already did. Haha. But here it is again. There's the code from earlier. Though it was literally posted a few minutes ago. But anyways, 21-star Broken Spire. Am I locked out of it right now? No. Though, I do need to go upgrade 5 Broken Spire troops to Elite Bronze. How have I not already done this? I don't know. Where's a common or rare? Worst comes to worst, I could always upgrade a new faction troop, which is this little guy. I prefer not to. He has like a little splash damage thing. He's not really that relevant, though. I'd rather just upgrade the Beast, because there's random Beast summons off of Transform and stuff. So I think we go upgrade the Rhynex and make that the upgrade we do here. We only need to get it to Bronze. However, I will go do it all the way to its full completion. Yeah, I brought caffeine as well. I haven't actually drank any of it. I have 1.5 water bottles left here, and caffeine. I have yet to need that caffeine. Because I don't feel like it'll wake me up. Not as much as I need to be woken up. Anyways, there we go. Alright, so let's go do this. Let's go start working on the faction. So we'll go to games, go to this, new faction, fight. Edit. Okay, so what team do we want? It's what, red-brown, right? Yeah, red-brown. What's kind of interesting here is we have access to Iron Gut Zugoff, but we don't have the normal mana accumulators, which is interesting. I think the strategy I want to go here is Mountain Crusher Brownstorm method, which was a lot more popular back when Magic was a little bit lower, before Thrall was broken beyond belief. Oh, I was like, wait, why is Iron Gut not showing up? Zugoff. You could run Iron Gut in first slot if you want. It's a little bit riskier, but running with like Titan first slot kind of thing is a little safer. And, oh wait, what am I doing? I don't need this for the super early battles though. My bad. Let me actually go Guards Avatar first. That's what we're going to be running. It's going to be Mountain Crusher, High King, Iron Gut, Zugoff, and Harpy Mage is the team we're going to be running later. However, that's actually not the team I want right now. The team I want right now is quick kill. So we want like Sir Quentin Hadley, some kind of like explode there. Maybe Harpy turn 2 Empower. It also gives us Brown Storm still without needing Mountain Crusher. Where's Harpy Mage? How blind am I? It should be like right here. Did I spell it wrong? How am I this blind? It uses red. It should be here. Oh, I typed in Empower. Whoops. Whoops. It acts like an Empower. It's not actually Empower, though. Whoops. It's called Swift, not Empower. It's turn 2 Empower, but it's not called, like, in turn 2 Empower. It's called, Swift. Which is what is basically turn 2 Empower, but it doesn't go by that term. Anyways. And then we need, like, Hero just to exist. With some kind of explodey weapon. Actually, Emerald Crystal is kind of fine. Doesn't even matter what it is for the most part. There we go. And then we change our banner to, like, a brown-red. Or brown-yellow. Either or works pretty well. Oh, yeah, that was the banner I was talking about earlier. Except, you probably want to go +2 red, +1 brown, -purple for Cinemirage. But for this particular team, we're doing this. But for Pure Faction, you'd probably want to go Meteor banner. Yeah, let me go change the dimensions. I accidentally just ruined it. Let me do a battle first so it saves. Oh, I have the wrong hero class as well. I probably just want a Titan for Brownstorm start, I'm pretty sure. This also allows it to tank. Yes, you could do Merilith for mana accumulation off the Destroy. The main reason I want to use Harpy is it automatically gains full mana by turn 2. As long as you have Enchant. Which means in Delves, it's actually extremely relevant because it's basically a second turn in power. You can't do it on turn 1, but on turn 2 you can. You probably don't see me using it too often because you only really bring it out when you're color restricted off of other stuff. But it's a really good option. Oh, there's the redeem code from earlier. Same loot as always. And we'll have another one a little bit later to stream. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Also, thank you everyone for stopping by. We've hit 100 viewers. Thank you so much. Hope you all been having a wonderful time. Also, sorry we haven't been able to cover as many videos and stuff. I do want to really get into more guides this year. This month and the next few weeks are just really strange from a home perspective right now. Just because of all the work that's being done on it right now. So my whole schedule for everything's just kind of sporadic at the moment. Like our stream that we're doing right now at Reset, which is normally not something we do. Though it is a pretty special occasion for the game, the final faction added to the game, which we still haven't started yet. Let's go get into this. Let me go set to armor, because we're going to need like pure armor for this. I do need that metal setup still, so there we go. Let's go to armor. But thank you everyone for stopping by. I hope you all have been having a wonderful time. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. And of course, we stream pretty much every night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We didn't last night because I wanted to rest up for this stream that we're doing right now. However, normally we stream every night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Normally cover the weekly video as well as guide stuff. Both of which I've been slacking on recently, but need to get around to it. Still haven't covered a weekly video for this week. It's just, things will still be weird for the next few weeks. I don't feel like things will get back to normal until like late this month or early March. I've still been working around it. And this stream will probably go on for probably a couple hours. I do need to make sure it ends early enough that by 7 I can get to the Mythic video done. So we're probably going to go for about another, I want to say 2 to 3 hours. Like 2 to 2.5, I want to say. For the stream, most likely. Because I want to have at least an hour to record the other thing. So yeah, probably like 2.5 at max then. Like 2.5. Because that would give me an hour to go do the Mythic video. Of which we pretty much have most of the team set up for, except maybe one. So I'll probably do 2 more hours of faction farming. Then probably mess with the Mythic one more time at the end of the stream. So we can get the final team that we want to show for the video. And then we'll be good to go. Slacker. Oh, also, I didn't open it yet. But when I was calling my dad, well, the number for the thing to go get to my grandma. But it was her birthday yesterday, and obviously I called and all that. But one other thing that we talked about, the box. The box is here. I'm not sure exactly what's in the box. I actually didn't open it yet. Well, it doesn't have everything yet, but all my retro games, we should go kind of show them on stream a little bit later. We're going to focus on the faction for now, though. But it is something I want to do. Maybe we'll do it around the time when we do the code and hold the code hostage while we do something not Gems of War related real quick on stream. But I got all my retro games here, or most of them. It's not my full collection, but it should have like a bunch of my Wii and S64s, so I can like show them on screen. Just kind of show over them. We can't play them yet, though, because I don't have the consoles yet. He only sent over like all the games and everything. The consoles will be coming in the next batch, so they're not really quite usable at the moment. And even once I get the consoles, I still need to get the consoles working again, and I still need to look up guides on how to refurbish, you know, you mostly probably need to change out the battery and a couple things, but how to refurbish the old consoles, because I'm pretty sure there's some things I might need to replace out on the N64 or maybe even the GameCube due to them being so ancient. Let's see, we'll throw that down. I'm pretty sure the Wii still works without any hiccups, though. It's still modern enough that I don't feel like it would have broken down completely. Oh yeah, the artwork for the artwork in this game tends to be really good, and over 1,000 troops as well with all of them. I know we're gonna be doing a whole unboxing of on stream. It's not gonna be its own stream, but we will be including it within this stream. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go over like literally every game that's in there, but you know, we'll kind of like show some of it. I haven't even opened the box yet. I need to get like a little mini box cutter. I always just use one of the knives in the knife rack. I don't have like a proper box cutter. Mostly because I normally don't get too many boxes, so I haven't really had the need to get like a designated box cutter. But I really should at some point. It's one of those small knick-knack things where it's like you don't normally think about it, and then when you need it, it's like, I wish I had this. They're cheap enough though. That's normally, we just have so many knives for the kitchen that it's like, I might as well just use one of these. There's like a billion of them here. At least we have a whole knife rack. Yet no box cutter. The knife rack basically is the box cutter. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get like a good knife cutter for like under 10 bucks. It's pretty cheap. It's just not something I normally think about or bother getting. I need to soon, though. How many tier 7s did I buy? 7 tier 7s. 7 7s. Which cost 2,510 gems. Do I plan on finishing 500 today? No, we're still going to be splitting it up and doing it on Saturday. What we're going to be doing today is getting to as far as we can, maybe even all the way to 500 Deathless. However, 500 Pure Faction, as is tradition, we shall save for tomorrow. So the game plan is basically we're going to be streaming a bunch right now. We're going to get very deep, probably like 400 or so, or somewhere around there. Then tonight, we're probably going to do it to the rest of the gap. If we get to like 400, 450, we then go to like 500 tonight or so. However, we're going to save 500 Pure Faction for tomorrow night. So today, right now, we're doing very deep to like the 400 or higher. Then tonight, we're basically doing it to 500, but no Pure Faction. And then tomorrow, we'll do 500 Pure Faction. That's pretty much how we're going to be breaking it down. That is the game plan. You have all your SNES? Oh, gosh. Yeah, I have all my N64 stuff. I should have all the games in that box there. I'm pretty sure that's one of the things that's in there. I kind of want to show it because I can actually show the whole Mario Party series. Actually, did I ever show that screenshot on stream? I don't think I did. But we're about to show the box thing, too, a little bit later this stream. But let me see if I can go find it real quick. Hold up. I have the screenshot somewhere, so this might take me a moment. I do want to show this real quick, though. And also I can bring it up later again when we go do it, so this could be convenient. So I want to go to... Where do I have it? One moment. Oh, I know where I have it posted. Let me go search for the thing. Where on earth is the thing? Where on earth is the thing? How far back does it go? There is the thing. Save image as... Because I don't have it on my thing right now. On this laptop. I'm just going to name it Mario Party. There we go. Save that to desktop. There should be room somewhere. Get rid of that. Okay, let's see. Now to bring it up. Browse Mario Party. Oh, it's in that weird format. It should still show though. Yeah, it does. And then we make it visible. But yeah, this is the whole thing. The whole Mario Party collection. 1 to 9. Also, thanks to Defiant. I'm not sure if he's here right now because it's like such a weird time. He's probably sleeping. But yeah, we should have that in the box. The full Mario Party series. I'm not sure what the total value is of it. But I want to say like almost $1,000. It's one of the more expensive series that Nintendo has if you were to have every single game in the entire series. Because while they do remakes of it, like that Superstars one that we streamed like a month or two ago, they don't have, like, if you want to play like Mario Party 3 or 4, for example, or, you know, like a specific one, like, there's no way to do so unless you do it off of original hardware or if you get a ROM hack, which is not illegal, but technically. But there's like no other way to play unless you have physical. So if you want to do it like fully legit, it costs so much money to do. But I actually have the full physical. And thanks to Defiant, we do have Mario Party 10. I've never actually played it. We have the physical box. You can't quite see. I would need to get rid of the green screen thing later when we go do the other thing. But that is indeed Mario Party 10. Gosh, it is so like faded with the thing. Mario Party 10. You can kind of read it there. Yeah, there it is. But yeah, we have the full collection now. 1 to 10. I never played 10 though. It's actually just a sealed box. But thanks to Defiant, he gave it to us for our birthday. But I have the other physical 9 from my childhood. But there we go. Anyways, we'll be going over that more later this stream. But for now, let's keep doing faction. Because I should have the box that has all those games in it as well as multiple others. I haven't actually opened it yet, so we'll be doing it live on stream a little bit later this stream. Just to have something fun to do. To kind of close things out with. I'll also be messing with the Mythic one more time near the end of the stream. And then we'll cover the video, like, immediately after. And then I'm out of here. I need to not be around while they do the painting. Ideally. I'm gonna grab my Switch, grab my phone, grab some money, and see what there is to do around Myrtle Beach. there should be something, so a lot of stuff is closed down during the off seasons. Like if you wanted to try doing something in like the summertime in Myrtle Beach, it's like, oh, there's like a billion things to do. Not so much otherwise. And not in box, not in original packaging. I actually used to have the boxes for the other ones. For the N64 stuff. I don't have any of the boxes anymore, though, unfortunately. Some of the N64 boxes go for so much money. Like, I think the N64 boxes are almost worth as much as the games. Which is kind of insane. Also, is this guaranteed treasure room? These two have been treasure room every single time from what I've seen. Has anyone confirmed that yet? Because those bottom two on the bottom right seem to be treasure room. Let's see, we'll throw that down. But yeah, I think that box, as far as value, you'd have to go through some eBaying and some other stuff and, you know, a bunch of shipping and everything. But if you spent a solid, like 30 hours over the course of a month, that box probably has, like, $2,000 to $3,000 worth of games in it. Of N64, GameCube, and Wii games. I still could not find where all my DS and some of my Wii games were, though. I believe it has all my GameCube games. It has all my N64 games. But it is missing half of my Wii games, and I cannot find, like, any of my DS games. I'm not sure if he ended up sending it when he, if he found it in all the other storage we had there, but I could not find it when I was, while I was there on vacation the other month. Yeah, there is one thing I have that goes for quite a bit. One of the good GameCube wireless controllers. I still have the original completely sealed. It goes for around like $100 to $300. Trying to get like 200 or so for it. And I'm not really going to go any lower because it's only going to go up in value in theory. Because as time goes on, less of them will exist. But it's a completely sealed wireless GameCube controller. One of the best controllers Nintendo ever made. Especially for the time. Also, what's kind of funny is I'm not even sure if it was necessarily Nintendo made. It was like an official third-party one, but it was a really popular official third-party one that was licensed by Nintendo. I'm not sure if Nintendo themselves actually like specifically made it. The Wavebird GameCube controller. Perfect for wave dashing in Smash. No, I think people just use wired controllers for that. It's still a great controller to have, though. Like, if you're casually going to seriously be doing, like, retro gaming, it's one you would have. I don't think speedrunners use it, though, because wireless technology wasn't as good at the time, so it does have, like, some very minor input delay that you wouldn't want for speedrunning compared to a wired setup. But for casual stuff, it shouldn't be that bad. Like for Mario Kart Double Dash, when we do that, and the Mario parties, it shouldn't really be anything too noticeable. Actually, I won't even be using it. I'll actually be using a wired one. What am I even saying? Because I couldn't find my old one. Because it's one of the reasons why I had it, but it was still sealed and was never used. Because I ended up getting another GameCube near the end of its cycle, so I have like a nearly unused GameCube as well as a completely sealed Wavebird GameCube controller. The controller I'm selling, the GameCube we're going to be streaming off of. Because the resale value of a GameCube, especially since it's opened, isn't that good. Even a sealed GameCube, I think, is only like 100 or something, or 200. Mostly because the Wii is basically a better GameCube. So GameCube's value doesn't hold that well. So we're just going to be streaming off of it instead. And if I can't get that to work, the Wii definitely should. Because the Wii has backwards compatibility to GameCube. So worst comes to worst, I could just stream off the all the GameCube games off the Wii. The memory card situation is going to be weird, though. I might even need to go look into getting a new memory card. I could not find my original one. I'm hoping it's, like, inside the packaging somewhere, so I just didn't see it when I was there. I do have, like, the Animal Crossing little one. However, it is such a small save data on it that I think we can only ever hold one game at a time. But since we're probably going to go from game to game when we do it, I guess we can kind of do it that way and just wipe the data after. But then we don't get to save our data for any game. Because I believe it had, like, only enough to really hold, like, Animal Crossing and, like, a little bit extra. Like, you could maybe put, like, 2 games on it. So we basically have to put 1 game on it, wipe all the data, put a game on it, wipe all the data. And do it, like, one at a time. Unless I can find another memory card or buy another memory card. Not sure what to go for. I wasn't pricing them. But I might need to buy one. That or a third-party thing that does the equivalence of it. Because original ones might be very expensive. Oh, it is a Nintendo-made controller. Okay. I knew it was Nintendo licensed. I wasn't sure if it was Nintendo-made specifically, but it is. The Wavebird. Which is kind of funny because it doesn't even look like a bird. Also, I don't even believe wave dashing existed at the time in that Smash game. Though it's kind of funny that the controller's called a Wavebird. Because one of the most popular games still played on the GameCube to this day. One of the main mechanics in it is wave dashing. Which is kind of funny given that they have a controller named the Wavebird. Let's see. I'll take that one down. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. I will make sure to do so. Because the next hour or two is mostly going to be getting as much grind on this faction as we possibly can. Also, hello Haley, hello Kosh, hello Austral, welcome. Welcome, welcome. I mean Australia. Australia DJ, okay. I couldn't quite tell the name because it was all munched together. Ooh, that's a lot of resources. Yeah, the Mythic, a lot of people were mentioning the rates earlier. The Mythics are so inconsistent sometimes. We got it on about average this time around. I also slightly overspent, which made us, I believe, slightly above average, or, you know, like slightly bad on luck. But I started doing 200 at the time because we had a lot of lag. The lag isn't as bad now, but if you try logging in, like, the first, like, 10, 20 minutes after reset, you get some really bad lag, and that's when we were doing the key opening earlier. So for the sake of time, we started doing 200 at a time. Just because of how much lag it was taking every time we opened 50. So I did waste some amount of keys there.
That wasn't that bad. We still have like 4,000, 5,000 left. Not gonna hurt us that much. Oh gosh, we almost have 7,000 left. I keep forgetting how big our stack is these days. That's a lot of keys. Okay, so these two are always treasure room, right? Yep, treasure room, treasure. What a weird 2 spots to put them. There's an argument to be made that when you do pure faction, it could be more viable just to go bottom rather than going middle. Though generally you're going to be going middle. Because it seems like bottom path has a consistent 100% double treasure room. The only problem with that is you'd have to do 5 battles instead of 3. So it's most likely you're just going to be sticking with middle path. But the last 2 battles, or not counting the very last battle of the faction battle, but the last 2 battles that you do prior to that are both treasure rooms every time at 100% rate. So if there's some kind of really good effect like Death Touch or something similar, Agile, you might want to pick it up instead of going middle. Like if middle has a really bad effect, but bottom has like 2 really good ones, it could be worth doing. There's not too many that are good though. Like these both are kind of bad if you're doing it from a run pure faction perspective. The storyline for Shekar's Heart in Gems of War database under Broken Spire Kingdom, just have to click on the thing. Yeah, I know it exists there. I just haven't read it for so long. I might have to refamiliarize myself with it later. I'm pretty sure it's nothing too relevant for what we just read in the storyline, though. But yeah, because I haven't read it for like 6 years. Almost 7 years, actually. Because I would have done the storyline in 2014. Or was it 2013? Might have actually been 2013. 2013 or 2014, somewhere around there. I still find it really funny how this game has grown over time. It has one of the weirdest growth curves I've ever seen for any game. Because it just perpetually always goes up very slowly. It's just a really weird game. It's like a lot of them like spike when they release and then it goes down. Like most games peak are going to be like 1 year after they're developed or like right at launch. And normally like right at launch. But Gems of War has a curve that just like perpetually keeps slightly going up. It's so weird. Like normally a game would spike and then kind of like fizzle out a bit. But I don't know, Gems of War just keeps somehow slightly growing. It's always had a really good community though. It's one of the main things I've loved about Gems of War over the years. The people that actually play are, it's one of the better communities I've ever seen for any game. Probably the best overall. It was kind of funny. Remember Century Age of Ashes, and I said that the community was so absurdly toxic back in February when we were doing that one beta, to such a degree that I probably wouldn't do the game when it went live, and I didn't really bother. Well, the community was so toxic that it almost killed out the entire game. It actually has less than 300 people even playing right now. Whereas Gems of War is at, like, what? I want to say 1,000? But yeah, that was a game that the community just completely killed. Which happens with games sometimes. That was a lot more of a competitive game, so it's a lot easier for clans to kill it, though. Like, big guilds in Gems of War. One nice thing about it is, well, it's still helpful to kind of be in one, you generally should. Like, the biggest clans can't possibly do anything that would ever make the game, like, unbearable. Whereas in that game it can. What am I looking for? I'm looking for, I don't know, what even is the easiest way of getting there? Actually, I wanted to check Gems of War's thing, so that would probably be easier doing it here. Just wanted to see what Gems of War current player is. Yeah, it's 1,801. That's not too bad. It's not, like, super high numbers, but, I don't know, it keeps going up slowly. It's been doing good. Also, that's only on Steam, obviously. That doesn't count mobile. And they've already confirmed many times that the mobile player base is by far the largest player base. If you count all platforms, I'm pretty sure this game has on average a 10,000 concurrent at any given moment. If you count all consoles, PC, and mobile versions. Because we know whenever we do PvP, that just on PC mobile, there's normally around like 80,000 people. Like if I go check my PvP rating right now, it's probably going to say like 60,000. Though we've done some PvP, so it might be slightly different. But it's probably going to say a number around 60,000. Oh yeah, it was 2014, my bad. Why did I say 2013? But yeah, it would have been 7 years ago, 2014. I mean, yeah, 2014. Because I did the Broken Spire quest line in November of 2014. Like late November. So I haven't read it in a very, very long time. I think I did a thing a year later, so maybe I did read it 6 years ago. Because I did do a new player account that I think I read it on, though I wasn't really paying too much attention at the time. Plus, it was still ages ago. I was about to go check something, and now I completely forgot what it was. Oh, yeah, I was going to see where we are in PvP. Where are we? We are, yeah, so it's 34,511 right now. But we've done some battles. To see the full number, you normally have to have like a 500 something. But because we did a small amount of battles, all the people who did absolutely 0. But then again, it's still showing absolutely 0, so maybe that is correct. That might be correct. Though we're in a multi-way tie with it, so we'd actually have to lower our score. Well, I guess there is a way to do that. Let's see. So this might give us a little bit more of an accurate number. Though we still have a slightly inflated one because your rating kind of goes over from week to week. So if I retreat here, that counts as a loss, right? It should. Okay. Our rating didn't really go down much, though. But yeah, 35,000 is where it's pretty much at right there. Oh, that's a bit lower than I was expecting, actually. Has the player base gone down there? It is because our rating is still kind of slightly inflated. You'd have to get it all the way down to like 499 to see the actual real number, because it refreshes it every single time to include to only include people who've played the previous week. So that's an easy way to tell. Our rating is higher than a lot of newer players though, because it defaults to something weird based on like your ranking and everything. I'm not sure exactly what it goes off of. But you'd have to get your score to like 499 to see the most accurate number, like right below 500. Anyways, I'm looking for faction. Let's keep going. Let's keep it going. We wonder how much longer Gems of War will continue. I assume a while. It is the most profitable endeavor they've ever done. Also, Puzzle Quest 3 is going to flop like crazy, even though we're going to still cover it and do a bunch of content for it initially when it comes out next month. However, I have a feeling the game will not last, unfortunately. I do kind of want to cover stuff initially on it just because we've already invested so much time and a little bit of money. I think I spent like $110 on it so far, which is quite a bit. I normally don't spend that much that quick on a game like that. But I don't know, I figured I would for some resources just so we can cover some videos initially and all that. But yeah, the game is in a very weird state currently. A very questionable state. Okay, what do we need here? I'll take the red over. Grab a yellow over there. Get a guard's avatar on all that. What should you put if you don't have a Zugoff? If you don't have a Zugoff, you can double up Iron Gut if you happen to have that. If you don't have a second Iron Gut, then you can go another Mana Accumulator. Because Iron Gut, not for this team, but Iron Gut Zugoff is going to be the main strategy for the higher level of the Delve, which is I'm pretty sure the main thing you're talking about. But if you don't have one or the other, you could either double up on the other. Though if you can't do that, just going more Mana Accumulation could work. Also, going another Skull Spammer with Zugoff could also work. But for Iron Gut, due to his extra turn capability, you might just want to give him more mana. You might even put him into first slot as well, because you can Mana Accumulate into that, have him gain attack, and then use him as your main strategy to win. The only problem with putting him in first slot is you have to have a lot. You have to have at least one Empower to make sure you get mana immediately, because you don't want him to die prior to casting, because he needs to have a Devour before he dies. Did you get your verse 2 from the adventure board? Oh, was there one today? There wasn't yesterday. But the one today, no, I didn't. I need that. There's actually a verse 2. I didn't actually look at it today yet. I looked at it at the beginning of the stream when we still had it on yesterday. Oh, that's so good. We'll grab that tonight. But yeah, verse 2. That's exactly the verse I need. We're going to grab that at some point today, but yeah, we'll save that for tonight. We're going to be saving World Event and like the standard dailies for tonight. Right now, we're mostly focusing on Faction and Mythic. We're doing the Mythic at the beginning. Faction right now, and we'll do Mythic a little bit again at the end. But before we do end up doing like the true end of the stream, I do want to kind of go over what's in that box that we ended up getting. Just kind of show some of the games, because we're going to be doing quite a bit of retro gaming this year once I can get everything working. It might be until March before the housing people and I can actually get everything functioning again, all my retro stuff, in combination those two factors. But once we do, the later half of this year, or particularly those like 6 months going through like you know, spring and summer, we should be doing quite a bit of retro gaming on this channel. Probably this entire year overall, once we can actually get everything functioning. Because we have over 100 games we could do. Go live through my childhood again on stream. We won't have our old saves for a lot of stuff, though, unfortunately. But we will still have all the games. There is one really particular one that I'm missing that I might get the ROM hack for, though. Especially because they made a really good ROM hack update that I saw several months ago. But that is Fortune Street. Fortune Street's one of the best Wii games that they made. Honestly, I'd probably even say it's my absolute favorite Wii game, but I could not find it. I'm hoping it's just sitting inside of my Wii. Because if it is, then that's amazing. If it's not, that is exceedingly unfortunate. Because that's probably my favorite Wii game ever. No, we're not going to be telling you what's in the other box. We're only going to be going over the new box. They're making GoldenEye on the Xbox. Interesting. I actually do not own GoldenEye. That was one of the more popular ones on N64. But the main reason for that is obviously the rating number. When I had an N64, I was like, what, 3, 4, 5 years old when I initially had it. So obviously that game was a little bit above my age limit at the time. So I never actually played GoldenEye or anything like that. I have heard it's really good, though. At least for the time, anyways. I'm not sure if it aged that well. There are some games on N64 that did age pretty well. Mario Party 1, 2, and 3 are still very solid. Let's see, what other ones? Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. Now, those aged exceedingly well. Like, absurdly well. Like, they still have some of the best animations of any Pokemon game to this day, which is kind of sad because we've gone through 2 decades of Pokemon. And, like, legitimately, the game that just came out last week, 1 week ago from today, that we were streaming, and we're going to be streaming again tomorrow, as well as doing some shiny hunting and other stuff. We'll be doing the 100% completion stream tomorrow. But anyways, it has better animations than the AAA Pokemon game that they literally just released last week. Like, that is how good Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 held up. That the animation in it's actually still better than the game they literally just released. And it's not like it had more Pokemon. Like, Pokemon Stadium 2, I believe has 200 something or 300 Pokemon. The game they just released has 242. So it can't even be the excuse, like, there's too many Pokemon. Because Pokemon Stadium 2 has pretty much just as many, if not more Pokemon than the Pokemon game they just released last week. So there's no reason they can't be doing better animations. Anyways, we'll throw that down. But yeah, those 2 games held out really, really good. And there's a few other N64 ones. Yeah, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, particularly Ocarina of Time. I do have Ocarina of Time. I do not believe I own Majora's Mask, though. I have played Majora's Mask back in the day at my cousin's place, but I never bothered buying it. But I do have Ocarina of Time. The original. On original hardware. But yeah, we might do a run on it. I've never actually played through the entire game when I was younger. I played through different sections, and at my cousin's place I played some of the end game, even though it was like a lot earlier in the game. But it's a game I never bothered finishing because the puzzles made my brain hurt when I was a kid. Like, it was too much to follow for me to ever like complete out the game. Because there's too much random traveling from random location to random location. And it's not like modern games either, where it's like they like hold your hand and it's like, if you really want to, it'll literally tell you exactly what you need to go do. Like, hey, you need to go head to this location to go do this thing, and all that kind of stuff. Which is kind of nice. It's nice to have just so you don't waste as much time. Like, hey, here's a marker on the map that tells you, hey, hint, you should probably move like over here, so you're not like scrambling all over the place trying to figure out where on earth you're going. Because a lot of older games were obviously like that. More modern games, obviously, they give you like hints, like, hey, you should probably be heading over here. Here's a little like quest marker indicator. You should probably go head over here. Whereas obviously Ocarina of Time had none of that stuff. And as a kid, it's a lot harder to follow. A lot of games these days are a lot more kid-friendly, I feel like, in that regard. Where you could play a game like whatever the most recent Zelda is and still kind of know what you're doing. Like, even though Breath of the Wild is even more complicated, it gives you, I believe, enough hints. Even though I haven't actually played it, but I'm pretty sure it like gives you enough hints to kind of like know what you're supposed to be doing. And stuff like that, compared to Ocarina of Time, which is, yeah, you can get lost in there very quickly. There's very few indicators. Pokemon Snap was terrible, was it? I really enjoyed it a ton as a kid. I really liked Pokemon Snap. I did not get the new Pokemon Snap, though, because it just didn't seem worth it for what it was. If anything, the most recent game that they just released for Pokemon is basically just Pokemon Snap, but better. Like, you're not necessarily taking pictures, necessarily, but the mechanics from Pokemon Snap, the original, some of the mechanics made it into the most recent Pokemon game. Like, you still throw out baits, you still stun Pokemon, you still need to get them into, like, a certain stance to do things. Like, a lot of the mechanics that they had from Pokemon Snap actually made it, like the original Pokemon Snap, made it into the most recent Pokemon game. The Legends Arceus one, which I find kind of interesting. Because they recycled a lot of those mechanics, but did it in a better way. Pokemon Legends Arceus is still kind of average game, though. I will be playing it a bunch. I like the direction it's going. I feel like that's like the overall consensus of the game. Like, if they keep doing that, but better, Pokemon in like 5 years from now is going to be insane. Like, the amount of interest that it'll have, like, broad appeal just from everything is going to be really high. Like, I feel like the best-selling, if they basically do Pokemon Legends Arceus, but for the full mainline series, and have that coming out, like, on the next console that Nintendo does, like, I feel like that one, if they do it right, could end up being the best Pokemon game they ever release. I'm pretty sure they'll find some way to mess it up, though. Because they don't have the best of track records, that is for sure. Oh, we made it to 110. We're halfway to 200. I believe we're going to start doing skip method once we hit 200. I'm not sure how much further we're using the team we're currently using, though, because it's starting to slowly fall off. Yeah, the Brock appeal. Yeah, I watched the anime for, like, the first few seasons. I remember that as a kid. Because I believe that came out in, what, 1998? 1999? So if it was 1998, I would have been 4 years old. Let's see, there we go. Oh, I never played Pokemon Go. I, to this day, still have not played Pokemon Go a single time. The only Pokemon game that is free to play that I still play is Pokemon Unite that came out last summer. I don't know. Pokemon's a weird franchise overall. I would never make a channel just on Pokemon. I know that's like kind of a thing. Like just like multiple channels, like all they do is Pokemon. I don't think I would ever like Pokemon that much to do it. I've always enjoyed the series. But like to commit so much, like the people that go like crazy on the trading cards and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, it's just not for me. Though I do want a shiny hunt in the most recent one that came out. Mostly because the odds for doing so is actually sane for once. Like in a lot of the other past Pokemon games, like literally all of them that have existed prior to this point, the rate for doing so has been so absurdly bad that it just seemed like a complete waste of time. But the rates and how fun it is to actually do it in the most recent one, if they can perfect that, they could make like the best PvE Pokemon game ever in the near future. Like the one that they did right now is pretty solid because there's no multiplayer, at least like combat-wise or battle-wise, in the most recent Pokemon game. I feel like what they need to do is release 3 different Pokemon games to make everyone happy. One is a very competitive one where you don't necessarily have to breed or anything, but you can. Like, basically, a competitive one where everyone's on the same playing field, but is, like, super easy to get perfect to min-max Pokemon. And the whole concept of that game would be the battling. Like, nothing else but the battling. Like, barely any storyline, barely anything else. Maybe put some mini-games in there so they can get some casual people to buy it. Because if they make, like, a Pokemon Stadium kind of mini-games, I would definitely get that, even if it was mostly competitive side. But, like, make it, like, super competitive and kind of like a Pokemon Stadium was, basically. Make it, like, ultra ridiculously competitive. Make it, like, the gold standard for, like, esports for everything for the franchise. And just do that. And just put some mini-games in there so they'll sell more. So they need that. Another one they need is basically perfect what they did in Pokemon Legends Arceus and basically make it purely a PvE with no PvP and make it purely based on like shiny hunting and other fun things like that and like fun engagement with that, because the most recent game is a really good step in the right direction for that. And then they need like one other like spin-off game, which are always going to have like some kind of spin-off. And like that's the triple that they need. If they just keep doing that, they'll be good. But unfortunately, they don't do that. Though it seems like they might be shifting to that direction. I'll catch you later, Genki. Have a good time. Thanks for stopping by. I'm actually surprised you didn't stream this morning. I guess you're busy. I'll be busy later today. Or more so busy as in I need to not be here. Because the fumes from the paint is just going to drive me crazy. It's going to give me such a migraine and might trigger my asthma. It'll still be lingering once I come back, but I don't want to be here like during the bulk of when they're actually doing it. Which is why we're doing the stream now, as well as the Mythic video as soon as we finish the stream. And then the weekly video at some point this week. Oh, you're starting right now? Okay. I was going to say, because you normally stream around this time, don't you? I normally can't catch it because obviously at like 4 a.m. I would normally be sleeping. Though this is a rare exception. Though a lot of streams lately have been a rare exception. Because I can't really do as much during the day as far as audio-related things. Because they make so much noise. Though they weren't going to make that much noise when they're painting today, but it's a different issue. More so with the fumes from the paint and everything. I have painted before, and it wasn't like so bad, but it definitely gets to me after a while. Oh gosh, that's really late. Death by paint. Let's see. I'll throw that down. Oh, you know what place I almost want to walk to, but it is way too far away? Because I haven't been there for ages. Mr. Donut. There's a place by me called Mr. Donut. I don't believe it's a chain. I believe it's like this family-owned thing. My dad actually used to know the guy pretty well. Like, really, really well. But, gosh, it is such a nice location. Not only do they have, like, ridiculously good overfilled donuts. They also do some sandwiches and stuff, but you mostly go there for the donuts, obviously. But not only do they have some of the best donuts I've ever had, but the atmosphere inside is so ridiculously good. Like, as far as just, like, how it's set up, the design of it, and just how cozy it is. And it even has the view of the ocean as well, which is kind of nice. Well, not necessarily the view of the ocean, but, you know, you can kind of see it. Like, you can kind of see the proximity of an ocean existing over there. It's not, like, right on the water, so you can't, like, see it. But the indoor atmosphere is just so good. The only problem is it is so far away. I think it's like an 1.5 to 2 hour walk. I think the furthest I am willing to do just to rest and sit at some areas like an hour. At that point, it becomes not worth it. Let's see. And I really don't want to have to Uber or anything. I need exercise anyways. I haven't been exercising as much lately. Definitely need to. I feel like just during the virus in general, I haven't been exercising as much. Really need to. Let's see. Throw that down. Hey, if anything else, we might need to start up those Ring Fit Adventure live streams. I still have not completed that game. We should probably do that at some point. It's one of the better exercising games Nintendo has ever made. Honestly, I'd probably say the best, though. In all fairness, I haven't played most of the other ones. It's like one of those ones where they actually tried. I never played Wii Fit, but I believe that was the last time when they were like really, really tried. But Ring Fit Adventure, they tried pretty hard as well. It's actually pretty good. It's actually an RPG as well. Like a really basic RPG for people like who don't understand RPGs, where if it was their first RPG, they could understand what's going on. But it still had a lot of decent mechanics. And all attacks were exercises. Which made you use a variety of exercises too, because there's different enemy types that require different types. Plus you keep getting stronger ones over time, and those stronger ones are different than the previous exercises you were just doing. So it makes you switch things up. The only thing I hate about that game is it makes you do way too many squats. Like, you have to be insanely good at doing squats to play that game. Like, if you hate squats, you're gonna hate it. Because, gosh, does it make you do a billion squats. Oops, I just casted that when it does nothing. Hopefully it just kills. They basically merge Ring Fit Adventure with Pokemon. Not exactly, but kind of. It does kind of feel like the most recent Pokemon game in that regard, though, now that you say that. Because it's always like a one verse... well, sometimes it's only one enemy. But similar how they gang up on you on the most recent Pokemon, you do have like those like 2, 3, 4-way battles sometimes. Even up to 5 in that game. But unlike the most recent Pokemon game, you do multi-hit in the exercising game. You can either single target, triple hit, or quad hit. Or penta. Whatever 5 is called. I can't remember. Let's see, I'll take that over. Oh, they should do that? That actually would be kind of cool. Because I was going to say, Ring Fit Adventure is not like too much. It does have some similarities, though, here and there. Though any RPG is going to have some similarities to another RPG. It is quite literally the same genre. Just a much different take on it, obviously. Let's see, I'll take that over. I guess they kind of tried doing that with Pokemon Go. And by kind of, I mean extremely kind of. Because not exactly. Like, I wouldn't say Pokemon Go is an exercising game. Even though you can get some walking done with it. Don't take too long or you'll be too out of shape to go from where you left off. Yeah, I feel like I would need to get back more in the habit of doing exercise before I even get back into Ring Fit Adventure. Because that game is actually really intense. Like, you wouldn't think a little leg strap plus a little ring would be able to do much. But, it does. It's probably the most intense, exercise game I've ever played, though I haven't played too many of them. For how casual the gameplay is, it really does not mess around with the exercising. It's one of the reasons why I haven't really been trying to stream it as well. Because, realistically, you won't be able to stream it for more than half an hour to an hour if you do a stream of it. Like, unless you're in, like, really peak, like, fit condition, you're not playing that game for more than an hour. If we ever did variety streaming, it would be a good thing to kind of throw in. I feel like YouTube's really bad for doing a stream where you switch between multiple different games, though. YouTube's really good if you're focusing down a single game. But it's really bad if you're doing, like, oh, I'm going to go live and do, like, 6 different games this stream. Unless they were all, like, extremely related to each other. Like, if we were doing Mario Party 1, 2, and 3, that would make sense. But if we're doing like 3 completely different games, then it, I don't know, YouTube's algorithm hates it. Twitch's algorithm doesn't hate it as much, but YouTube's algorithm, like, despises you doing that because it doesn't know how to properly algorize. Whereas the system on Twitch works a bit better for it. It's one of the few advantages Twitch has. Like, variety streaming is, like, near impossible on YouTube. Just because of how it works, search engine-wise. Like, you can, but it's just, functionality-wise, no one will, like, find you. Though I'm pretty sure it's kind of hard to be found on Twitch as well. It's one of the weird things I never understood why so many people use Twitch other than other platforms. Because it's so overly concentrated with smaller streamers that if you're not already like a huge streamer or can't become a big streamer within like a really short duration of time, Twitch doesn't seem that worth it. You joined late and you're curious if you considered double Tesla for your team. I haven't ran it yet. I'll probably mention it for the video because normally when Tesla's available I do mention it. However, you don't have 50% mana start for this, so I'm not sure if I'll mention it as one of the teams. Tesla was available like about a month ago, so I might mention it though. Because she was pretty recently available in SoulForge. And she probably won't be for almost another year. Because she was like a few weeks ago. She was sometime this year. I can't remember what week it was. So I might mention it. You'd have to go a different mana accumulator though, because you can't run Holy Saint Astra due to color restriction. But I might mention a team with it for the video. Because it's a cheaper alternative basically to what we're using now. It's a bit slower though. I just realized we just got reorganized in a very bad way. The one thing we want to not take any skull damage is in the exact location where he's going to take all the skull damage. Which is extremely bad for the obvious reason. Thank you, Cookie. Catch you later. Yeah, I'm surprised how many steeples stopped by for the stream. Greatly appreciated. I know it's a very weird time for us to normally be streaming. But yeah, we had over 100 people earlier. And thank you everyone who's been sticking around. I understand it might not be possible given the time of day for some people. But for some time zones, maybe it's even better. Who knows? But I know for most of our viewer base is in the America area, or like half of it. And right now is the middle of night for all of America, including myself. Yeah, Harpy Mage is a really good mana accumulator. Even if you don't necessarily need the Brownstorm for it, it's just second turn in power. Like almost any team you're using when you can't use other mana accumulators, like right now, is pretty good. So yeah, you could kind of do that for double Tesla. Do like Hero, double Tesla, Harpy Mage. Pretty much the exact team we have right now, except instead of doing the Guards Avatar setup, you're doing double Tesla. Which is why I was saying it would be the alternative to this team for anyone who doesn't have the Guards Avatar. They just uses a Mythic and a Legend, whereas the other one just uses double Legends. And one that was pretty recently in SoulForge. Yeah, it's 4:10 a.m. by me right now. It is very late. I normally don't stream Gems of War at reset time just because it's such a dead of night time for a lot of time zones, especially like half our viewer base. Which is probably more than half our viewer base. If I took like literally the entire accumulation of everyone who'd be at night at this current moment in time, as far as my viewer base, I think is like 2/3 of people who would watch our content is normally the dead of night right now. Of course, there is 1/3 that isn't. But like 2/3, if you take every location that watches us, is currently in the dead of night. Which is why we normally don't stream around reset time. But we have done it before, like today. It's just not something we would ever regularly do. What do we need here? Throw that down. Well, I guess it's an early morning stream for some people then. Also, we're almost getting a level. Definitely will before the end of stream. Also, we will have another code before the end of stream as well. Oh, nice. You're in Australia? Developers of the game are actually from Australia as well. That's why they had the Australia Day event the other week. But then again, they still do one for Canada. They don't do it for, like, every country, though. They do it for, like, Canada, United States, and Australia. How you barely sleep. I feel like that some nights. Because we're probably going to be starting pretty early with the Pokemon stream tomorrow as well. I think we're going to start at like 6 or 7 a.m. for tomorrow, not today. Obviously. But for tomorrow's stream. Because they shouldn't be around that day doing anything this weekend. They weren't last weekend, and I'm pretty sure they're not this weekend. I believe they're still waiting on one more shipment before they continue on some of the stuff now. Which is why they're doing the painting thing today. Yeah, not being able to use Thrall feels kind of weird. Mirrorlift's the closest alternative to what can be used for this faction. The problem with Marilith is she has double the mana cost. Though she does use 2 colors, but it's still a liability though. Because that's 1 whole less color you don't get to use as effectively on a Marilith team. Marilith in the current state of the game you don't really tend to use unless you're restricted out of being able to use it. Like if you would very rarely actively choose to use Marilith when you can use any option or other options. But this is a faction where Marilith would be very strong. I almost want to mention it with the, instead of hero, I almost want to mention it for, well, you kind of need hero with a tank, though, for the other thing. I kind of want to mention a Marilith team. I don't think I will be for the video, though it is something really relevant. I'll probably mention it by name, just as an alternative mana accumulator. I don't think any of the teams will use it, though. Because you can't really put it onto a Tesla team, even though it kind of works with the true damage synergy poke. Even though it's not that much true damage, obviously. But you can kind of synergize it there. The problem is you'd probably want hero to tank, and you'd want an empower for your other mana accumulator, like Harpy Mage or something. Unless you want to replace out Harpy Mage for like Marilith, then the issue becomes, do you actually accumulate mana quick enough? Because unless you could take a red or green off a starting board, because you'd have hero in first slot not blocking Marilith or Tesla, then you would cast Marilith immediately and then get rolling from there. So I guess you could kind of structure it that way and still get away with it, because your team would end up being hero with weapon, that mana accumulates, followed by Marilith, followed by double Tesla. So maybe I'll show it that way then, because it would allow us to use both Marilith and show Tesla for the cheaper team. It would mean we wouldn't have Harpy Mage on it, but we have Harpy Mage on this one when we show it. I like showing some amount of variety. Oh yeah, there's Angry Mob as well. True, that's actually really good. It's a good backup summon. Actually, I almost want to show it with Angry Mob now that I think about it, because you can do it with Harpy Mage synergy as well with Angry Mob. You can go both of them. Most teams don't have room for both of them, but you can go both of them. I was going to say I'm going to take that skull to finish him off, the double skull, but he already died from the cascade. That worked out pretty nicely. But yeah, these two are definitely guaranteed treasure rooms, 100%. There's no way it's not. But yeah, this room right here and this room right here, those two, are always a treasure room. We kind of knew that for a while now, but it's like super ultra definitive at this point that those two are always treasure room. Too bad it didn't do like a triple treasure room path on the bottom there. Because that would have been an interesting alternative. Like have to take 5 rooms, but you gain benefits from them. Compared to going down the other route where it would be just only 1 room in between. But you would gain no benefit. That would have been a cool mechanic. That's somewhat how this faction is set up, but there's 1 room in the way that makes it not worth it. Which is this room right here. Because this room can't be a treasure room, I'm pretty sure. If it is, it's a very low chance. Have you thought about your peer faction team? I'm doing 4 legends, and that's it. It's a very straightforward faction as far as team is concerned. Mostly because the tank is kind of underwhelming. It doesn't have score reduction attached to it. And also because of... How did that not kill? Gosh, I might need to switch off this team. But also because of the AoE damage just being pretty decent. It's going to be ran kind of like a Truffle faction or a Beatrix faction and similar. Except it's a lot weaker than those options. But yeah, 4 Magma Dragons is the plan. There's a lot of Magma Dragon. I haven't been paying attention. What is that one storm that he keeps doing on the final battle? Is it for fire gems or brown red? I'm pretty sure it's for brown red, but I haven't actually been paying attention even though we're like 2 hours into the stream. I have not been paying attention at all to which one it is because it hasn't really been too relevant for determining any battle. So I keep not paying attention on the final fight. But do we know yet if it's brown red or burning gem? I assume it's brown red. But there is a small chance it's burning gem. But I'm pretty sure it's brown red. It'd be a lot more useful if it was brown red. Though still probably not going to be used that often. Oh, I don't have any cleanup here. So I should have targeted you to try to get yellow explode. Doesn't matter though, there we go. We'll find out in a moment when we get there. How much gold do you spend on the stats? Oh, I have no clue. I want to say a little over $1 million, because that's normally how much it costs. As far as exact value, I was not keeping track. Okay, it is red-brown, that's what I thought. Okay, that makes sense. That's why I thought all this time, I just wasn't 100% sure. That's why I've been saying it would be up to it being released, and apparently it is. But yeah, that's actually pretty solid then. I'll need to mess around with that. We're not going to be doing that this stream. But that's something I do want to mess around with this weekend, is the viability of a brown-red storm now that it exists. Because that's actually a pretty good storm, and the troop itself is not horrifically bad. It's far from being perfect, but it's usable. Compared to other double storms, it might actually be the most viable double storm troop in the game. Not because the storm colors themselves, but because the actual troop attached to the double color is actually pretty good. Not like ultra meta, but relative to the other options that exist, it's not that bad. Also, why did I do that? I could take an electric turn into win. Whoops. Still good enough. Also, this team is starting to fall off a little. Kind of want to switch to a Zugov team soon. Which I might even start immediately into a Zugov team now. Also, how many sigils do we have? We could probably start doing skip method soon as well. We're currently at 17. We haven't used the sigil yet, so that's actually going to be 28 into 170. So what's 28 plus 17? That number is 45, which means we'd have to find 3 Val Ravens. However, we're technically not, because we're going to find the other thing tomorrow. And you get how many sigils for free? 2 or 3? You get 3 more, which means I only need to find 1 Val Raven, which means we can actually start skip methoding right now. So what I'm going to do is grab this team, set it up to the thing so I can go and copy paste it for the video. Because I want to save this. I don't want to overwrite the world event teams though, because I still haven't covered the weekly video and I do want to cover that very briefly. So I do want to keep these 2 world event teams because I believe they still mentioned the thing. So I can just put them over top the faction ones actually. Because I haven't touched any of the 3 faction ones. So I can just use that for that. I just need to go get another one for the Mythic, because I do want to show a 3rd team for that. So what we can do here is simply put this over here, paste that. I am going to need slightly more team slots though, so we might have to record one, then do the other. We're going to cover the Mythic first, so I can use all the team slots we use for the Mythic for that then. That's fine. But anyways, let's go get the Zugov one. So for this, we're going to need Iron Guts. We're going to need... I don't know, what mana accumulation route do we want to do for this? I kind of just want to use Harpy Mage. Harpy Mage Mountain Crusher, I think. Something pretty standard. And then Mountain. This used to be a lot more popular. There are better mana accumulating options now, but under this current restriction, this is actually a pretty good option. Could first slot Hiking Iron Gut too. I don't want to risk it though. I'd rather play it safe. It's not that much slower. I'm running it this way. Just making sure the talents are correct. Yeah, we're using Thunderbolt. Good old Thunderbolt. Or just zigzags from side to side. I just gotta change our banner to not be horrible. Like a brown red, brown blue. Brown blue seems nice. Doesn't really matter too much what our secondary color is here. As long as we're not minusing something that's really important. Ideally we want to minus something we don't even use, because there are a few of them. Gosh, all these minus banners are bad. Okay, let me just find a good +2 brown banner that minuses something we don't use. So how about green? Does that exist? Because isn't green the only color we're not using? That's not exactly what I need. That is, though. A +2 brown, +1 purple. Off the Dugaroff faction. It's not the ideal color, +1 purple, but it minuses something we don't use. But there we go. Oh, I need to go grab that team. I kind of need that team, don't I? Give me that. Thank you. I will show the cheaper team for the video later. We're kind of already discussing them. Those are the only 2 we need for now. And now this one carries us through the rest of the faction. Put that in there, put that in there. Put that in there, put that in there, put that in there, put that in there. Overwrite this. I did save this, right? Let me just double check. Why do I feel like I forgot? I'm pretty sure I saved it. Just making sure it's right there. Yeah, it is. Okay. Just making sure. Because I don't want to have to remake it again. That would waste time. There we go. Okay. Good to go. So kind of standard Hiking Iron Gut Zugov. A little bit of an older mana accumulator method with it, but it still works pretty well under this restriction. There we go. 1 down, many to go. Okay, we're going to start doing rush method now. Also, once we hit 300, I think we'll hand out the other code. And I think our goal is to hit 400 or 450 to stream. Maybe I should put the Iron Gut a little bit further up. I'm just always concerned he's going to die whenever I do that. especially once you start getting really deep. Oh yeah, I just realized I have something wrong with the team. I don't have the setup yet. I forgot. Actually, I might as well just overwrite this one because I need the other two. 20% mana start into 2 seasons. This also would allow you to have a better rate of having 100 attack on your Iron Gut if you don't already. We do, by quite a margin. We have 162. But if you're a little short of having 100 attack, that 8 extra attack off of seasons can make a big difference. But we don't have to worry about that. We have a starting value of 162 right now. We very much do not need that extra attack for that. But it is still worth doing, just for the durability and everything. Oh, why did I take that? That's not good. Get a Zugoff in there. Somehow he's not dead yet. Take that over. Good to go. Also, it's nice seeing a 3-room skip. Or, you know, having only 3 rooms to do. These are the most ideal factions, because skip method benefits the most in these kind of situations. Because when you have a 5-room, it barely even feels like you're skipping much, because you're only skipping about half the faction. But when you're skipping like 2/3 the faction, the amount of time saving you get is so substantial. At least relative to a 5-room faction compared to a 3-room faction. It's really nice. Also, with Burning Gem, this place has so much Burning Gem, we could actually get away with a triple damage burning hero class like Dragon Guard. I'd want to have Dragon Guard because it has that score reduction at the start. The only problem with Dragon Guard is I don't believe we get Brown Storm at start of battle. However, we're going to have Brown Storm by 2nd turn, or even 1st turn if we get Mal Crusher down. So it might not even be that relevant. I almost want to go Dragon Guard? Dragon Slayer? I think it's called Dragon Guard. Because I might actually make a speed up, because we'd be able to triple damage poke hero while still having barrier start. While still having 40% score reduction. The only thing we wouldn't have is barrier on Brown, but we have enough durability that I don't think that's going to matter too much. Also, we're Hunter's Marked. We could actually die here on hero. I gotta be careful. Like, if we had triple damage, that would have killed. I might change it for the next faction. We can't change it yet, though. But I kind of want to change it to Dragon Guard. It'd also give us a reason to use Dragon Guard, a hero class we almost never use. We don't have any other dragons on our team, though, unfortunately. I think I am going to change it to Dragon Guard. Just so we can use the hero class a little bit instead of just like standard Titan or something. For the later battles, we're probably going to want to switch back to Titan, so I'm still going to show it as the video as Titan. But because of Burning Gems in this location... Oh wait, don't they have immune to Burning though? No, you don't have immune. You don't have immune. Gosh, they did not have that much immune. Did they have any immune? You do. Alright, that might be a problem though. But for the other battle, I don't know. I think we still do it. Or maybe not. Because it's only going to be the 1st and 2nd battle, and if they're half immune anyways, does it even matter? Because we're barely going to get any value. I'll just stick with Titan. Though I think only one of them do have immune on Final Battle. Oh wait, that was Final Battle. Yeah, so I think only one of them does have immune. That was the final. I think the 1st battle has 2 that are immune. Let's see, which one does it double up on? Lava Scorpion. Lava Scorpion doesn't have it though. So I believe both have 1 immune, and it's that one brown-yellow that mana generates, if I'm not mistaken. You have Fireproof? You have... Oh, it is double. No. Yeah, it's not worth it. In both 1st and Final Battle, there's double immune to fire. It's not worth trying to run triple damage burning. Even though they're going to possibly create Burning Gems for you, like they just did right there. Having double immune makes it so you're barely going to get any value from it. So we're better off just running how we're running it. Play it with a safer tank. Can you please get the code for your team you're currently using so you can put it in the Discords? Sure. Actually, I could just put it into, if you want to do it that way, I could just give it to you in this way. Let's see. Because it's kind of hard for me to copy paste it into chat here on the actual thing because of how it's set up. However, one place that is easy to do it to is share to guild. Okay, you're not connected to guild chat. How about I connect to guild chat then? Now I can share it to guild. But yeah, it's in guild now, or it's about to be in any second now if I can get there. There it is, now it is. But yeah, it's in guild chat now if you want to go share it there. Let's see. But yeah, I need to figure out a way to be able to post into my own chat from this computer a little bit better. Because whenever I type in, it's on the other computer, so if I copy paste something here, like I can't just immediately copy paste it on the other computer. It also allows us to kind of store double redeem code, because I can end up doing it, or not double redeem code, but double copy paste, because I have one on the other computer, one on this computer saved. But the other one does the codes, the other one does the teams. The only problem is it's a lot weirder to share the team on this one. Because I don't actually have chat open on this computer. It's on the other computer. While I can see chat on this computer, I can't interact with it. Which is kind of weird. Ah, so we'll throw that down. Throw a Devourer there. Get our Zugoff in there. But yeah, we'll have all the codes in the description for when we do the video in, actually, I should probably get that video out too before I go. That's a lot of videos to cover. I want to cover the Mythic first though, in case I don't have time. But I kind of want to cover both of them. Because otherwise I'll have to try recording that other one tonight, which means I won't cover the weekly video until like Saturday night, which is like the middle of nowhere. And I'd prefer to have all 3 of them done before we do the Pokemon stream tomorrow. So I think I'm going to try to do the video for this one as well in the morning. Before the painters get here. Which means, I think they're getting here around 7-ish, 8-ish. Which means we'll probably go for about another hour or so to stream, I would say. And then whatever other progress we need we'll do on tonight's stream. Because ideally, I want to have both the... Definitely the Mythic video, 100%. But I ideally want to have both the videos recorded before I leave today. Oh, so throw that down. Grab the mountain. What do we need here? Let's go explode that over there. Oops, I almost started going down the bottom path, because normally that's what you do. You take the middle one, and then you start going down to the treasure, and then the other side. Unless you're doing it in treasure order. Or multiplier order, that seems to work. But, we're just doing rush method straight down. Oh, so why does the animation for Burning Gem seem like it's slow? Has it always been like that? I just never noticed because I don't use Burning Gem that often. But it seems like it's in slow motion. Like, doesn't that kind of look like slow motion? It almost looks like it has a base speed for it that's undetermined by the current speed you have set. For that animation. Unless it's even slower on the other one, which is quite hard to believe. It almost looked like a ghost would be moving so slow. Little faded gems towards the burning targets, which is all of them. Or all of them that can be burned. Yeah, double second turn in power. The hero class doesn't have it, but it's normally going to get enough brown off explosion that it does. Theoretically, if you don't block Harpy Mage, you can actually have first turn full mana off the explosion. The only problem with that is every cast you do subsequently, including that cast, with blocked mana, assuming you're using red and yellows on your team. And I need the yellow to go to Iron Guy, and I need the red to go to Zugoff, so we don't want to have her further up. We'd rather just cast her on turn 2, have her not block mana at all, and just cast that. Because overall, that's going to be more mana accumulation by quite a margin. So let's make sure this Valraven does not escape. That's actually, I believe, the last Valraven we need if we're saving the battles for tomorrow night. If we wanted to do it tonight, we would need one more. Though we're not going to be doing it tonight, even if we do get one more. I'm going to split it up like we normally do. Try to get as deep as we can on the morning stream. Tonight's stream will be ideally getting to 500 or very close to it. And then tomorrow, Saturday night, we do Pure Faction. Pretty much the same way we always split up every faction, as is tradition for the final faction. Even though it's technically not like the final faction, it's still the final faction. It's similar to how Monk Hero class is the final hero class, even though we've since had Elementalists, which is technically the current final hero class. But you know, it's the last one that comes in the current existing kingdom. And come on, it's like right in the middle of Underworld. It's obviously important. It's dead center of the Underworld. Like, the Underworld was, like, made waiting for this faction to be released. Like, the whole design of this faction is just centered around Fire Rift. They've been waiting for ages. Like, they knew they were putting it there. They knew that, like, 3 years ago. Anyways. Where were we? That's not where I want to be. That is the faction. That's not the faction I need, though. This is the faction I need. Let's keep moving. Also, around 300, we'll hand out the second code. Good morning, Gradralis. Welcome, welcome. At what levels need to use Pure Faction for more points? It depends how you want to break it down. You only ever have to do it at 1. Like, the highest one that you do it at counts as if you did it the entire time. So if you do it at, like, 300, it just gives you 300. If you do it at 500, you'd have it all the way done. If you do it at 100, if you just want some, you can just do it then. Ideally, you don't want to do too many of them because they're not really worth doing if you're just going to do it at a higher level. Because if you do it at 100, then 200, then 300, then 400, and then 500, for example, there's no point. You might as well just do 500 if you're capable of doing 500. The only reason you might want to split it up some is if you have lower stats and don't feel like you could do it at a higher level range. Then you might try it at 100, then maybe 150, then maybe 200, and kind of do it like that and see if you can still do it at that point. But generally speaking, you only have to do it once at 500. Like, if you're capable of doing it and you have the resources to do so, you only have to do Pure Faction once at 500. And then it gives you the full amount of points. You do not have to do it multiple times. That's why we normally split up the Pure Faction until the absolute last thing. Just so we could do it once and be done with it, instead of having to do it multiple times. You have a question. When a new legend comes out, when it will be in gem chests? Normally it's about 1 month after the fact. It's like 4 to 6 weeks normally, which generally comes out to about a month. As far as exactly when it happens, there's, I don't think, any way of knowing. I'm not sure. But it's around 4 to 6 weeks is normally how it works. So if there was a Mythic that came out in the last 4 weeks, it may not be in drop table yet. For example, I have no clue if the one that we got on Christmas, I don't think that's in drop table yet. Actually, there's one way to tell. Did I get a copy? That doesn't guarantee that it means it's not, but if we have more than... How many copies... Does anyone remember how many copies we got? Because we actually got more than 1 copy during the holiday. Didn't we get 3 copies of it? What's it even called? I can't remember its name. It's named after that one tree. I can't remember, though. Is that one thing based on Entangle? The typing in Entangle's not going to get me much closer to where it is. I cannot remember what it's called. I can't remember what kingdom it is. I felt like I barely used it. It came out, like, right before the vacation, too, so I kind of, like, completely blanked at the time. Where is it? It's not Ironbark. It begins with a T, I believe. Does anyone remember what it's called? I want to see how many copies of it we have. Because if it's, like, 4 or 5 or higher, then, oh, Tanabarum. There it is, thank you. 10. There it is. How many copies do we have of it? 3? That means we did not get any copies, which means he might not be in drop table yet. So if this was the thing that you might have been referring to, he's not in drop table yet. I am pretty sure that, or we got really unlucky. Because I believe we got 3 copies for free already, so that doesn't mean we got any drops. It's one of the weird ones where they handed out more than 1 copy, but not enough to max it. Though, of course, you could just blue orb it. But, yeah, he is not in drop table yet, I am pretty sure. Even though it was, like 5 weeks ago. The next Mythic that comes out, it should be in drop table, but currently it is not. I'm pretty sure, unless we just got really unlucky. I don't know, has anyone gotten him yet today? Enough people have opened keys that someone should have gotten it if he's in drop table. Like, we might have just gotten super unlucky. But I'm pretty sure he's just not in drop table. Because I would have assumed we would have gotten at least 1 copy opening that many keys, because we opened about 1,000. It's not a guarantee that you would get a copy of him, but you never know. I'm pretty sure we got like 5 copies of some legends. Though it is possible we got 0 of some other copies when we were opening those keys. Oh, why did I do that? Literally the only thing that has immune, and I'm like, oh, let's go target it. I was thinking that like as I was doing it too, but I couldn't stop myself from clicking. Literally the only thing I should not target, and I target it. Yeah, I love when we can do a 3-room skip. It just feels so good to be able to get through it so quickly. It saves so much time. Because we've only been doing the faction for about 2 hours or so, as far as actually doing it, not counting the stuff we were doing with the Mythic plus upgrading the faction. As far as actually doing the faction, we're only about 2 hours in. Which at this rate, I think it would take like 4 hours total then. The skip method's starting to go pretty quick. Plus, this team doesn't slow down too much as we get deeper. It does ever so slightly because obviously stats are getting higher, so things like skulls don't really clean up as quickly. But our insta-kills don't get any weaker. They still do the insta-kill thing. And also, first thought normally is always within kill range of skulls throughout the entire time, unless they're like super ultra tanky. But then you could target them if the thing behind it isn't. I think one of them has like a Glaceon pretty far up. But if you just kill it out, I believe the troop after it's not that tanky at all. Also on this team, if you can cast Harpy Mage, you want to cast Harpy Mage instead of Mountain Crusher after you've cast your first Mountain Crusher. Well, even initially if you really wanted to. I normally like saving Harpy Mage as the backup plan once you start getting a little deeper as far as needing mana. Oi, 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 oi. Oh, what do we need here? Let's grab green over there. Just to move the thing. I just want to cast that for now. And we can go for the other... Oh yeah, this was the Glaceon one I was talking about, and I already didn't do it correctly. Should devour the Glaceon. Well, if nothing else, I can destroy it with the Zugoff. It just makes it so we still have the chance to kill something with skulls. I don't think we're going to be able to, but it gave us the opportunity to try. I'd rather Mountain Crusher here and just devour him. You've been craving... I haven't been to IHOP in so long. I do feel like I'm going to walk to somewheres for breakfast today, though. I was trying to think where. What does Wendy's have for breakfast? It's one of the closer ones. Does Wendy's do anything good for breakfast? Like, at all? Like, even remotely? I can't even think of a single item they do. Because I don't think I've ever even been there for breakfast before. Taco Bell has some pretty decent ones. McDonald's breakfast is actually solid. They're a little pricey for what they are normally. Like, I don't really feel like the main day, like, other than their fries. Like, I've been really starting to hate, like, a lot of the main items McDonald's has. I guess maybe taste changing or their food just getting worse, quality-wise. Or maybe the one near me or the ones near me just being bad. It's kind of underwhelming. But I know in the past their breakfast has been kind of good. is I need to find a way to kill, like, at least 8 hours today. While not being at the house. And I don't get out much. Oh, let's see. I'll take that down. Get a mountain. Because I'm pretty sure they'll be done painting by like 4, but obviously the smell will still linger. I somewhat almost want to cancel tonight's stream as well, but I'm still gonna do it. I'm just not sure the state of paint smell at that point. So it might be a little bit of a shorter stream because of that. But I do still want to get a stream in. Especially since we didn't last night, so we could rest for today. Because they'd definitely be done painting by then, but that's not the issue. The smell will still be around, obviously. Let's see if we throw that down. You sent the Wendy's breakfast menu on Demo. I could just look it up later. I feel like there should be some place by me that does decent breakfast. For whatever reason, a lot of southern places that, you know, like aren't main chains, they have grits, which is like one of the weirdest items I've ever seen. But I wonder if any of them... There's like 2 southern things that are really common. One is really good, one is really bad. The one that's really bad is grits. I don't understand how anyone can consume it. Or maybe I've just never had good grits before, but every grits I've ever tried has been awful. And the other thing is... it seems to be a lot of places do gravy-covered biscuits. Obviously, this isn't just a southern thing, but it seems to be really prevalent in the south. At least a lot more in, like, compared to the north. Like, you normally wouldn't find like a breakfast place that has like consistently having that on the menu. Whereas in the south, it's a lot more consistent, those 2 items. But normally, biscuit and gravy thing for breakfast, that's like pretty solid. But as far as grits, never been a fan. Not a huge fan of it at all. Let's see. You had a breakfast roll with fried egg, rashers. Wait, what are rashers? Sausage and brown sausage. Sounds pretty good. I feel like I haven't been eating sausage as much. The last time I actually had sausage was when I was at my dad's place for seeing family. Because he would do sausage up and a couple other things like bacon, you know, eggs, you know, like normal breakfast food. Everything you'd kind of centralize with like overly generic breakfast food. But it was actually the first time I had sausage almost like a year, at least several months. Like, I don't know, I've never been, at least recently, I'm not that huge a sausage fan. I never really was much of a bacon fan, though I have kind of like, I don't know, I've eased into it a bit more. It's just, I feel like so many things just throw bacon in it needlessly. Which kind of like dulls the sense of how good bacon is. Like, it's just overly used for stuff. Like, bacon and sausage, those 2 breakfast meats, I don't know, I'd rather go for pork roll. The problem is, like, almost no place around here does pork roll. There is one bagel place that is in walking distance. I don't know, maybe I'll go there. I wouldn't want to be there to sit down, though, is the problem. Because it has too much turnover rate. Most bagel places do. Because most people just get in, get like a half a dozen, head back out. I'd rather go to a place that has like less people. Like an abandoned Wendy's. Because pretty much no one eats at a Wendy's for breakfast, I'm pretty sure. Like, I need to find a place that's not horrible, that wouldn't barely have that many people. So I can actually sit down and relax and kind of chill while I'm wasting time. Trying to kill time. Bacon equals cancer candy. No, that would be called bacon that's like caramelized and just like completely like junked up with everything. Like a billion sugar. But yeah, bacon's not too good for you. I've never been much of a bacon or sausage fan. Though I do feel like I used to be more into sausage, though I just absolutely hate it these days. Or not like hate it, like I would still eat it. I don't know, it just doesn't taste the same to me these days. I've had it in quite a few different ways from different places over the years. And I don't know, it's why I haven't had it for so long. Like the last 5 years, I feel like I barely ever has had sausage. Like almost like maybe a dozen or 2 dozen times in the last 5 years have I had sausage. Bacon quite a bit more often, but not sausage. Though I feel the same about both of them, where I don't really care for either that much. But there's a lot of burgers that like just randomly put bacon on them, and it's like, yeah, I guess I'll eat it. It's kind of like mustard these days. I used to despise mustard, and I don't actively like seek out mustard. But if something like has mustard on it, it's like, I guess it's fine. I prefer it not to. Like it's still edible. The abandoned Wendy's. Well, you know what I mean. Like the rate of people who are going to be sitting down and the turnover rate in something like a Wendy's is going to be way less than a family-owned bagel place. It's always nice finding those family-owned restaurant things. They normally do things better. Like that Mr. Donut I was talking about is family-owned. By like, I think like 3 people. Some guy's wife and I believe one of the older kids runs it occasionally. Every Wendy's by you is so packed. A lot of places by me aren't packed this time of year, luckily. Myrtle Beach is super dead when it's not summer. Also, I'm not sure I'm going to open that box to stream. I think we will be opening it, but I might save it for tonight. Mostly because I want to make sure we have enough time to do the videos, and I feel like this could take like 15 to 30 minutes. Because the goal at this point is get deeper into factions. Ideally to like 350 or so. Then record, ideally, both the videos, at minimum the Mythic video, but ideally both. And then, after tonight's stream, I'll hopefully get the weekly video up. And then from there, we'll be good to go. And then we'll probably do the Pokemon stream tomorrow morning, and we'd hopefully be getting somewhat back into somewhat normal schedule, but they're still kind of all sporadic when they're doing work on the house. Lately, they haven't been working weekends, though, so I assume they're not working this weekend. Oh, I have no clue. Just kind of banking on that they won't, and hoping that's the case. I actually went to Dunkin' Donuts several times when I went to see my dad and other family. The most recent time about a month ago. He has like a morning routine of going there for whatever reason. Even though there's so many better places nearby. But hey, he was paying for it, I didn't mind. Dunkin' Donuts kind of average. He mostly went there for the coffee and everything. I got the hot chocolate because I don't drink coffee. It was okay. It's what you would think hot chocolate would taste like, just some hot chocolate. And obviously Boston Creams. Gotta go for Boston Creams. Boston Cream and those jelly filled. Though they have like so little cream in them. It's so unfortunate. Like if I go to Mr. Donut though, I'm not sure I'm gonna walk there today. It's just so far. Even though it's such a nice place to sit down in. It's just way too far to walk to. But that place, they have such overly filled donuts. I haven't been there for quite some time though. It's been a couple years. Not even because of the pandemic, just even before then I wasn't really going there. Just because of the distance. Like you would pretty much never want to walk there. How long it is. So I don't go there that often. But it's really good. Like they actually fill their donuts to the point that it almost looks like they're gonna burst. Like quite literally, if you drop the donut from a height onto your plate, there's a good chance it'll burst with cream of whatever it's filled with. It is actually that filled. You could slam a Dunkin' Donuts donut on your plate, and it probably wouldn't even like burst open because that's so little cream. But you do that with one of those other donuts at that place, and you're literally gonna have like a gigantic mess because the donut would just explode because it's so filled. That's how you know. That's basically like the test of a good donut. Is it kind of like the cream, the cheesecake test that I had earlier. Like a good cheesecake is one that you can't see because you put so much whipped cream on it. The sign of a good donut is if you can slam the donut hard enough and it would burst open with cream, it has enough cream. If it does not, it has not enough cream. That is the main way to test if a donut that is cream filled is good or not. Like a Boston cream, a jelly filled, or anything that has any amount of cream in it. If you slam it against a plate or something similar, it should burst into a gigantic mess. Or at least some amount of mess of bursting open. If it doesn't have enough cream. You hate Boston creams? Oh, they're like my favorite. That and jelly filled. There's a few others as well. But those two are... also those like chocolate cream filled ones are pretty good too. Like pretty much anything that's filled with anything I probably liked. Anything with a filling inside. Oh yeah, Krispy Kreme. They have a lot of nut-based donuts, so I tend to not get stuff from there anymore. Just out of safety's sake since I'm allergic. But yeah, I've had Krispy Kremes many times before. They're really good. I'm actually going to have to finish him with an Iron Gut. His base damage alone was enough to kill. Actually, he's some pretty solid base damage right now. I don't even have Nishas and he's doing 111. You can poke with him. You need a lot of potions to effectively poke. Also, I just realized we're past 300. I didn't even realize we're this past 300 already. Let's go hand out a code. I've been like chatting so much I didn't even notice. So let's go hand out a code. I did say I would do so for when we hit 300. We kind of already hit it. Whoops. Whoops. So let's go hand out that code then. And I think this will be the last one for now, code-wise. Just because we will be handing out another one on tonight's stream. I feel like it'll be a little bit too many if we also do another one now. So this will be the last one we do for now then, for codes at least. Still going to be going for a little bit though. But there you guys go. There's the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com. You guys know already. There you go. If you don't know, someone will ask. If you bang your Irish sausage. I've never had one before. I'm not sure what that is. You've always preferred Dunkin' to Crispy? Really? I have never seen a Dunkin' Donuts that is better than a Krispy Kreme. However, Krispy Kreme's a pretty low bar as well. Neither of them are really high-tier donut places. They do like the bare minimum to get by as being considered a donut. Like overall, I would say both of them are pretty horrible. Like compared to some donut places I've been to. The two best ones I've ever had is there's an Amish bakery. A couple of them. But one particular one, I forget the exact location off the top of my head. But there's an Amish bakery in New Jersey that has some of the best donuts I've ever had. And the other one that I know of that's actually more locally is that Mr. Donut that I'm talking about. That one in Myrtle Beach is really solid in South Carolina. If you're ever vacationing there, you have to get your donuts at... if you're not doing a Krispy Kreme, go do it at Mr. Donut. It's a great place. It's kind of in the middle of everything you would do in Myrtle Beach as well, so it's probably nearby. Assuming you have a car, which you would if you're on vacation, just kind of renting one. Let's go take that. Because it's kind of far away from where a lot of the hotels would be. All this donut talk almost made me hungry to go get a donut now. The only problem is every good donut place is nowhere near my location. Which is kind of weird. The bagel place is decently close, though. I think there might be a Dunkin' Donuts somewhat nearby. I'm just not a fan of Dunkin' Donuts. Like, I wouldn't mind eating there. I did, like, multiple times when I was seeing family. Like, I think I ate at Dunkin' Donuts, like, 5 times. But, like, if I'm seeking a donut, Dunkin' Donuts is, like, the last resort location I would go to. It's, like, the place I would consider, like, if there's literally not a single donut in sight and I was hungry for a donut, then you go into a Dunkin' Donuts. Let's see, we'll go for that. Though I do feel the same about a Krispy Kreme as well. Though I feel like Krispy Kreme has more of a gimmick than Dunkin' Donuts. Because their mass-produced glazed donuts are pretty solid. Whereas I don't feel like Dunkin' Donuts has like a single donut you can go to and point at and be like, that donut represents Dunkin' Donuts. But like Krispy Kreme, it's like, oh yeah, those Krispy Kremes. That's like their whole thing. Is the white glazed donuts. But you can't really point to something at Dunkin' Donuts and be like, this is their signature thing that the place is known for. Like, they're known for donuts, but you can't like point at one single one and be like, oh, that's the Dunkin' donut. Whereas Krispy Kreme has a better gimmick. Doesn't mean their quality is much better than Dunkin' Donuts, but they have a better gimmick overall. Yeah, they're more known for their coffee. That's the whole reason why my dad even went there anyways, was for the coffee. Like, it's kind of like if you went to a Starbucks for a donut. It's like, yes, they sell it. However, you're not going there for the donut. You're going there for the coffee. But yeah, I would say that's probably the case. Because that's the whole reason why my dad was going there. Like, he was just there for the coffee. Which is weird, because he didn't used to drink coffee much in the past. Yet every single day I was there, I'm pretty sure he grabbed coffee. Though I don't recall him really drinking it much in the past. Must have been a more recent thing. I know I personally hate coffee. I just can't stand it. I've never had a single coffee I've ever liked. I'm much more of a tea person. I'd rather get a really nice tea than a coffee. The problem is, tea isn't really... Like, there's not like a Starbucks for tea. Which I don't understand why that doesn't exist. Like, there's 1.5 billion coffee locations. You don't have, like, the equivalence of a Starbucks for a tea location. Like, come on, you need, like what I don't understand, like, you have, just Starbucks, which is, like, absurdly popular. And they sell, like, what, mostly coffee, and some of them have, like, a little bakery kind of section. Where they might do, like, some donuts, some other, like, you know, dessert-like stuff. Stuff you'd have with coffee, obviously. But, why isn't there an equivalent for that for tea? With, like, maybe croissants and some other stuff that goes, like, really good with tea. Like, they exist, but to no scale like a Starbucks or something. And not anywhere near me. In my current location. Not that I'm aware of. Like, I don't understand how there's such a higher popularity for like, something like Starbucks. Yet a tea equivalent isn't, like, all over the place. Let's see. I'll throw that down. I'll throw that down. The black tea lemonade. That does sound interesting. I do like black tea. Lemonade's really hit or miss for me, though. The biggest issue with most lemonades is they're not as natural and they go, like, way too sugar heavy. And I definitely don't like sugary teas. Actually, that's not true. I do like sweet teas from occasion, but normally if I'm seeking a tea, I don't like a sugary tea. Like, if I'm trying to get a nice tea, I normally don't want it to be super sugary. If I'm just getting one at, like, a fast food place and it's like, I don't want, like, I don't want a soda right now. I might as well just get their sweet tea. But, and I generally try to stay away from sweeter teas. Like, variants of green teas and black teas tend to be the best. When they start getting too sugary, that starts becoming a problem. Let's see, we'll take that over. Oh, that's not the direction I wanted that to go in. I'll throw that down. Yeah, every single tea place that you guys have mentioned, I have not heard a single one of them before. Not heard of a single one. I almost want to go Google search that by me, though. Because I have not seen, to my knowledge, though maybe it is somewhere and I just never noticed, like a tea-focused place near me. Coffee places, yes, literally every single second you look in any direction. But as far as tea, not so much. I'm not sure if I've ever actually even been in a Starbucks properly. Maybe I'll see if they do have a proper tea. Because I'm pretty sure we don't have like a normal, because I know they do have some teas there. I've just never really looked at the selection. I think the one time I've ever been in a Starbucks was in a bookstore's Starbucks where I was meeting someone for something in high school that I had to do because it was kind of like an internship kind of thingy thing. Not exactly, but you know, it was like unpaid labor that you kind of do in school for like stuff. It was prior to college though. It was for the academy that I was at. But we were doing like some kind of website thing in HTML5 for someone, and we were meeting them at the Starbucks there. I also went to that location occasionally, more so for the library place because it's a nice place to chill. Kind of like what I'm trying to find today, just a nice place to kind of relax and everything. But I don't think I've ever been into a Starbucks where the location was literally just a Starbucks and nothing else. Like, I think any Starbucks I've ever been to, it was never to get coffee, and it was always a part of something else, like a Starbucks in a mall, or a Starbucks in a bookstore, or Starbucks in a anything. Like, I don't think I've ever actually walked into a Starbucks that was just a Starbucks and nothing else. I might today, just for the fun of it. Let's see what they have. Let's see, we'll throw that down. Yeah, there's some place I've never been to for a while, the mall near me. It's far away, plus, since the pandemic, I just haven't bothered. Also, normally when I go to that mall, it's almost entirely to go to the movie theater there. It's one of the nicest movie theaters around. But I haven't been to the movie theater for like 2 years now. Partially because of the pandemic, also additionally because there hasn't really been any movies I want to see. Though that one new animated one that DreamWorks is doing, I'm actually slightly curious about. The Bad Guys one. That feels like the entire premise was based around, let's go get the rights to use this song and then make an entire animated movie off of it. Because you know, like, at some point, like, the second they got the rights to that song, it's like, okay, this is literally the whole premise of the, I almost said stream, but of the movie now. Let's just build the entire thing around this. Because it's such a popular song, which will make us into a popular movie. But the premise actually does seem kind of good. I always like animated movies. I just feel like a lot of them lately have been pretty bad. Like, they're overly targeted to kids, a lot of them. Like, even the one Disney's been doing haven't really been that good lately. Like, DreamWorks Disney. And it's not that necessarily I'm growing out of them. I still, like, really like the genre of animated movies. And so a lot of them just have not been appealing to me lately. The ones that have been coming out. So let's write that down. Also, I assume the movie industry has taken a gigantic hit since the pandemic, wouldn't have? I haven't really paid much attention to it. But they must be, like, really suffering. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of movie theaters close down because they can't really make overhead. Because the cost to, like, get the movies to actually be able to do in their theater, as well as the fact that not as many people would even be doing the concessions or anything. Do I prefer streaming or theater? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that question. Oh, you mean streaming movies? Oh, I would definitely prefer going to a theater to watch a movie. I've almost never watched a movie off of a stream or, you know, off of a thing like that before. No, I don't even own any streaming services. Which is why that question, like, confused me for a second. But no, I don't have Netflix, I don't have Hulu, I don't have literally anything like that. I never have. Probably never will. But yeah, pretty much anything that involves a TV other than gaming, I almost never do. Like, I just don't use TVs much in the last decade. Because I never watch anything on cable, I never watch any movies on them, I never do anything with them. There's not like any kind of streaming service that I'd want to watch a series from. If it wasn't for gaming, I'd pretty much haven't used TVs in the entire decade at this point. For the most part. I'll catch you later, Barbara. Good luck with the sleep. Yeah, I'm not sure when I'm fitting in my sleep. It's one of the reasons why tonight's stream might be a little bit shorter, we'll see. Not just because of the fumes from the paints, but also because I kind of need sleep. Because I'm not going to be able to sleep during the day, because they're going to be doing the painting. So I'm not going to be able to get sleep until after tonight's stream for Gems of War. And then we're waking up at like 7 AM to go do the Pokemon thing. Because we're going to be finishing the Pokemon game. Actually, I'm already kind of done with it. But we're going to be showing like the final cutscene and just kind of wrapping things up there. But we're going to be shiny hunting for that game, I think. I've never done it for any game, Pokemon game ever, because I found it to take way too much time and be way too boring. But in this game, it actually doesn't take as much time and is a lot of fun. So we're actually going to do it for once. I'm not sure if I'm going to try catching all of them in shiny, because the amount of insanity that will require is beyond me. But I don't know, we'll see. We might. I feel like the first... It'd be like Gems of War. Like, getting your first 100 shinies, like the first half, that's going to be easy. Getting, like, that last 10% of the mythics, or, you know, like the really, really hard ones, that's going to be insane. Because there's, like, a dozen of them in that game that are going to be beyond unbearable to try to get. This is because of how the spawning system works. A lot of them are a lot easier than others. And there's a small couple dozen handful that are going to be so absurdly annoying. To such a degree I probably won't even try. Because of how tedious it'll get. Unless we just get super lucky. Yeah, that Mythic just seems so weird. The new Mythic that came out today. It just doesn't seem viable. Has anyone found anything that makes it seem, like, usable? Like, not just making a team just for, like, you know, using it, but I mean, like, actually viable. Because I haven't seen anything that even remotely gets close to viable yet. Like, a mile away from viability. I gotta look at that team real quick, though. Let's see. What team is this? That's funny. That is kind of funny. Is that the weapon that creates mana based on... Yeah, it is. That's kind of funny. I almost forgot that weapon exists. I should maybe incorporate it into a team. None of the music yet. The Merfolk weapon. Or is this the Merfolk one or the Kingdom one? It's the Merfolk one. No, it is Merlantis. Yeah, it is the Kingdom one. That's kind of funny. The only problem with that is if you don't have multiple copies with the Mythic, I don't think there's a good alternative. And most people aren't going to have a billion copies of it. And I have no intention to get more than one. Hello, Jason. You didn't expect to come home and see us streaming? Yeah, we were going to do it this morning. And still are. Though the stream probably will be ending somewhat soonish. Though I do want to cover the videos soon after. Sure, what faction level are we up to right now? I kind of want to get to like 400, 450 or so, I think. So we could finish the 500 tonight and then do Pure Faction Deathless, or Pure Faction specifically, I mean, on Saturday night. But ideally I want to get to 450 before the end of the stream if we can. Or at least to 400. And we're currently at 390. So we're definitely going to hit 400. So yeah, I think we could try for 450 right now. 450. Then we call it a stream probably. Then we'll go get the Mythic video up and the Kingdom video up hopefully. Or you know, the faction. And then I'll be away most of the day. And then we'll go and do the stream tonight. Get to 500. And then we're pretty much good to go. I'll hopefully get the video up for the weekly stuff. Which still is not up yet. Soon, TM. The TM is intensifying. Or more so this soon. But I can't believe we're already at 400. It's because of the skip method. Like, we've gone through half the faction in the last, like, half an hour, it feels like. It's because skip method's so good for time saving. The soon TMs. I still need to go change the emotes. We still can add a bunch and change them up. I just haven't gotten around to it. It's on the long list of many things I need to get around to. That have been put off. You're doing all the rooms? Nice. I've never tried for faction leaderboard. Mostly because everyone's already buying so deep that you have to buy like even deeper than the deep buys. Though if we were to do all the battles for tier 7, I feel like that would make leaderboard. The only problem is we'd have to do all the battles for 7 tier 7s. But I'm pretty sure that makes leaderboard. Oh no, does anyone actually do faction normally? Does 7 tier 7s actually make leaderboard? I feel like it would. Though at how much some people spend on the faction, it might not. I'd actually be kind of surprised if 7 tier 7s don't make leaderboard. Like at least the lower end of it. Because that means the average leaderboard during a faction would be over 3,000 gems. Which is a lot of gems, if that's the case. You want the sweet golds? You do get quite a bit of gold from factions. Those little chests. It's not something I normally associate with faction loot. But you do get these chests every single time. Like right there, 22,800 gold. Not to make sure you're getting gold every battle on top of that gold. So it does add up. You also get those shards and a few other loots. As well as those higher level ingots, of which we have like infinite number of because there's nothing to convert them into. Which I'm really surprised they didn't have it as a sync on the scrolls, the Fort scrolls. Okay, it definitely makes leaderboard. Okay, that's what I thought. I'd be extremely surprised if 7 tier 7 didn't. You've never been on leaderboard with 7 tier 7s before? Interesting. Have you done every room though? Because obviously we're doing 7 tier 7s, but we're not going to be on leaderboard because we're not doing every room. So even though we bought tier 7 times, we're definitely not making leaderboard. But I'm pretty sure all room 7 tier 7s makes leaderboard. Like the very low ends. It's always funny seeing you reach 1,000. only we can get that attack to 1,000. Once you've reached the super late delves, you can. Though if the faction has naturally lower attack, it might not. He also has to Devour a 3rd time. And I think we only double Devoured there. If he gets quad Devour, he would definitely always have enough attack. Once we get this deep. Oh, Harpy Mage is ready. I should actually cast her here. Because Iron Gut's... Oh no! You're one... I was just gonna... I meant Zugov, not Iron Gut. But Zugov's 1 mana short. It's unfortunate. Also, I saved the tank for last, though it doesn't have any extra score reduction, so in that regard it doesn't matter as much. Though he does have an armor gain. Oh, it's not gonna matter. Yeah, if you start skipping once you have enough to finish the delve, that will never make leaderboard. But 7 tier 7s, if you do literally every single room, will definitely make leaderboard. It's just most people don't do that, which is why it does make leaderboard. But it's why we're never on this leaderboard. Because we start skipping at normally around 200, this time even earlier than 200. Not much earlier, but slightly earlier. But I think the goal of this stream is to hit like 450, 460. Oh no, he just converted all my reds. I mean all my browns to reds. No. That's actually not going to matter much. I think the goal of the stream is hit 450 or 460 at this point. And then we'll go record the videos to get them up before the painters get here. And then I'm out of here. And then we'll be back tonight. Hopefully the paint smell won't be too bad. Oh yeah, the pure faction team we're doing is 4 legends. I'll have all the copy paste for them when we do the video in a couple hours. As soon as the stream ends, we're gonna cover the Mythic first and then the other one. And I should be able to do that in 2 hours, hopefully. Because we have most of the team set up. It's more so just getting them uploaded and thumbnail and all the other stuff. Because we pretty much know what we want to do for both of them already. Hopefully they'll be here closer to 8 rather than 7. Because it's going to be cutting it a little close. So they might not start. Even if they get here at 7, they're probably not starting until like 7:30. It's not like they're instantly going to start the second they get here. Good night, Logic Slayer. We'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, a lot of people probably didn't get asleep yet who are watching the stream now that I think about it. If you stayed up all night. I do that sometimes. Stay up till like 5, 6, 7 a.m. and then sleep. Especially with how weird my schedule been lately. Who doesn't have Devour here? I believe it's this guy. That's the only one on that team that doesn't have immune to Devour. Forgot for a moment there. But everything else in this team has immune. Bit of a weird situation here. Oh no, he moved my troop. I don't think it's going to matter too much, but it's still unfortunate. Nothing else. At least Iron Gut's in first slot. Though the biggest issue here... Oh, why did I do that? I should have poked the other one. Whoops. But the biggest issue here is more so my mana accumulator, one of them, is now completely blocked and will never cast again for the rest of this delve. It also means our proper tank is all the way in back slot. It's basically like we only have 3 troops left now. Because Hero does basically nothing. That's a little bit of an unfortunate middle battle there. You don't get to sleep until the sun comes up. I've been like that some days. Been trying to get my sleep schedule slightly more back on track, though. But it has been that weird recently. So how many sigils do we have left? 5. We'd have to find one more Vow Raven. Though even if we don't, it doesn't matter because we're getting 3 tomorrow. Because we're not doing Pure Faction tonight. We're doing 500 Deathless tonight, but not Pure Faction. Catch you later, Peter. Yeah, I'll be wrapping up soon, so if anyone still has any other questions, let me know. Because once we reach 450, which is like, what, 2 or 3 more Delve sets, we'll probably call it night for now, or morning, whatever time zone. Depends when you're watching, but at this point. But, yeah, and then we won't be back until tonight. Tonight's stream might be a little shorter, though we will be streaming it. I don't know, it might still go for a full hour, we'll see. Ideally, what we want to do tonight is whatever we haven't done up to 500, we'll do tonight. As well as whatever dailies and just kind of chatting. Maybe we'll go over the box as well. That I was talking about earlier. Oh, this is actually the last faction we have to do to get to 450. So this will probably be the last one we do for now then. So any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll go record the Mythic video. I'll then go record the faction video. And then we'll be back tonight, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is the game plan. What's my review of the Mythic? It is really, 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 really bad. I have not seen anything to prove me otherwise. Though that one team that had 3 of him was kind of funny. But most people aren't going to have 3 of them. Or even 2 of them. Or even want to get 1 of them. But no, it's really bad. It's like C tier, D tier kind of Mythic. It reminds me of Wolf Garrick. It's basically Wolf Garrick if he was luck based. Actually, it's kind of like that one Urskea troop. That's called, I can't remember its name. It's green, blue, brown. It's basically that troop if it was a fish. Instead of a bear. That's like exactly what it is, except different. Because it has a chance to devour 1 or 2 troops, and that thing has a chance to devour 1 or 2 troops. It has a better mana accumulation loop, this new fish. However, its traits are worse, and it doesn't have a damage poke. But it does have the potential to loop its mana a bit better. Well, every new Mythic once you reach a certain point is technically worth going because it's better to have a new copy of a Mythic that is bad rather than having a repeat copy of a Mythic you already own. Unless it's a really good multi-copy Mythic, though most Mythics are not worth having more than 1 copy on. Anyways, let's go claim this loot here. Anything good? Anything good? Purple, I guess. Oh, anything good? Nope, just a purple. Not the greatest, not the worst. Tribute's ready. Exact 20. And claim all that mess. But anyways, guys, that is the final faction added to the game, kind of. Not really, though technically kind of. For all intents and purposes, all kingdoms now have a faction. However, of course, we will be getting new kingdoms into the future at a undisclosed time at some point. Probably sometime this year we'll probably get 1 or 2 more kingdoms. However, for all intents and purposes, all 35 kingdoms now have a faction. So for this exact moment in time, this is the final faction of the game. And that'll be happening, of course, today, tomorrow, and on Sunday. I'll have the video up for it, hopefully, in the next few hours, though we've kind of gone over it quite extensively already, but, you know, kind of more abridged version with all the copy-pasted of teams and all that good stuff. Hopefully I can get that out soon. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful week. We'll be covering the Mythic as soon as I possibly can. That'll be the first video up. Then we'll go do the one on the faction, and then we will have our normal stream at tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is the game plan. And hopefully at some point we'll get the weekly video out just to kind of cover the stuff. I still haven't done it. We done it on stream kind of, but you know, we didn't do like the video thing yet. And I still want to do it even though my schedule this week has kind of prevented me from doing it already. I do still want to do it, though it probably won't be up till Saturday. But it'll still be up before the end of the week if nothing else. But I want to get the more important things like the new faction Mythic up obviously as soon as I can. Anyways, guys, I will catch you guys later. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Best of luck with the faction. Best of luck if you're trying for the new Mythic. It's pretty bad, but you might still want to get it just for completion's sake. And I will catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone, and thank you so much for watching. Best of luck, and have a wonderful week.